Uh,
Bah.
uh, I don't
Um,
remember who got that info, but it was definitely shared. It was while you guys were at the table with him.
yeah, I
Three of
think
you.
it was Lance.
Maybe.
That would make sense because it just sounds like an awkward situation to come up, and I don't remember it
Yeah.
ever coming up. So I was like, it's like, yeah, my wife's dead.
So
Mogus.
I heard from Draven that the other adventurers that were in the tavern that we kind of really didn't pay that much attention to at the beginning, they were actually going to leave the next day to try and attempt to clear Moirai Hold. Mara had struck a deal with them and agreed to leave with them at noon tomorrow, taking a 13% cut along with her friends. Um, and then
Because
we
that's
noticed
fair.
as we were leaving, the sign outside the tavern had a coiled rope in a pile with strike marks along the top. And then we figured out the name was the 12th rope.
Mhm.
And then leaving, Mara had her own little discussion with Arcadia. Draven had left early, and I think that's why maybe he doesn't remember the discussion about the dead wife, is because he was busy with his girlfriend.
What was that? I didn't hear Wolfie.
What? I was lagging.
I didn't hear you, man.
I was lagging.
I still don't hear you.
Oh, perfect. Good. I was
Did you
lagging.
say something? I saw you mouth something. What was it?
I was lagging. I didn't hear anything. Didn't say. I was saying questions that I had.
Oh, and then I noticed, like, before we left and before me and Arcadia started talking, we didn't see Lance anywhere. Lance had gone missing, suspiciously. But
You had seen him leave after Art had left. That's when you saw. That's when you saw him take off.
Questions.
Yes.
We have long rested since last session.
You have long rested.
Okay, so we did level.
You guys got 1,350 experience from the last session.
Okay. I didn't write down the session before that. The one where we fought the green monsters.
That was the one. You guys have not got. You guys didn't get
we
experience from last session because you guys really didn't do shit.
Okay.
It was kind of an intermediate session, and you weren't there, so it was like, I'll do a lot of RP stuff. I'll get you guys to the next point, and it'll be kind of a more, like a, just a have fun session kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but 1350 from the shambling
episode because somebody was gone.
It was
It
a
was
shopping
enough.
episode.
The next question was, what the hell is this giant list of items? And, oh, I roll so good on HP.
Oh, the giant list of items?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Oh my god, I get
from the Emporium that you
Yeah,
missed.
that's Caster's Emporium's items.
My items now. Yoink.
Nope.
No.
No, you got nothing. You got zilch out of that whole
I'm
thing.
getting the whole list of it.
You ain't gonna get the whole list.
Kill you.
I refuse to buy anything, so you're not the only one.
You wouldn't even come in. Yeah.
You wouldn't even come in. Yeah.
I get
Kate was super upset about it.
Yeah.
10
Kate was very
HP
upset.
points. Poggers.
Yeah, you got HP and you're level 7 now?
Mm-hmm.
So you got some spells.
Naked forging.
I already selected them. I did that
Yeah.
a long time ago, and you know
Naked
what I
forging,
selected.
yeah.
I know what you selected.
Ah.
Just for the sake of the stream, I'm still gonna go check.
Oh, I haven't dragged them in, but I'll
Drag them in. I need them.
drag
You
them
guys
in
need to
right
make
now.
sure they're updated. Okay. Very nice recap.
Very in depth. Sorry, a little bit long.
Because you guys are getting into the higher levels, I'll bonus you 150 on that one.
Yes. Does that take place before I wake up?
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally fine. All right. So, coming to you guys, each individually, more or less sleep in. You guys find yourselves very well rested. It's the first time in some time you've slept in an actual bed, not on a boat. So you guys find these mattresses actually very, very comfortable and end up sleeping in. Let's see here. Draven, you rise first because
Because he rises first.
he rises first.
Nice.
What would you like to do as you awaken in the morning? Jackie, shut up. I saw that smirk. Stop. What would you like to do?
I'm not with them.
No, you're not. You're with Kate.
Yeah,
You
we'll
guys-
probably. I would
you guys
probably
spent the night at
start
the
making
blacksmith's home.
breakfast. Fire up the forge and make some breakfast on it.
Making bacon pancakes. Okay, so you awaken. Kate is still sleeping. She sleeps. a
I'll
lot.
let her sleep.
Yeah,
I'll,
she sleeps a
I'll
lot
wake
longer
her up
than
with
you.
the food.
She's still kind of recovering from her foot, but she's doing a lot better. She doesn't need to have it on a splint anymore after the weeks you guys have been traveling. It's still a little bruised, but it's not broken per se anymore. It seems like she has some knowledge of anatomy, so she knows how to take care of it. While that's going on, Mara, you awaken at some point during the morning. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to ruminate on the information about the pink bead, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we bought that.
Oh
I
my
do not
gosh,
have
I'm
the
so
actual-
sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
And the stone gloves,
Yeah. The stone gloves are you.
which I have on.
Simplest thing. Stone gloves. Whatever command word you say. As
I
a
didn't know if I needed to. Okay.
no, as a command word, they just go like this and stay there until
Smack
you.
that. Smack
and that's
that's
it.
going to be the command word.
Okay, and they just stay like this together, and nothing by non-magical means can force them apart.
Is there a command word to force them apart?
Yeah, there's a command word to open them. That's it.
Well,
You
yeah.
just make it whatever you want.
Sounds more
Okay.
like prisoner gloves.
She tried to put her hand in between them, and she took a shit ton of damage.
I remember that.
Yes.
I heard the
Uh,
screams.
Pink bead. Lucky I found that one.
And then anything on journal, or if it's just it writes in itself.
It just
you know?
writes in itself. That's it. Yeah. There's no
Okay.
like rhyme or reason to it. Journal just writes in itself.
If I wake up, I'm going to check journal
Where did you put it?
in my bag,
Which bag?
my explorer's pack.
Okay. You open it up, and there are several different passages throughout the night. A couple of hours in between each. One of them you read says it's dark. It's very, very dark. The other one says, okay, it's getting warmer. I'm really glad it's warm. The next one says, there's something poking into the back of my spine. It's uncomfortable. Just really simple stuff.
Random. Okay.
Get it? Poking into my spine.
Yeah, funny.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna look around for Caduceus and see
Okay.
if I can.
He's
Hey, buddy.
he's there with you, and he kind of he stretches. He goes, "Oh man!" You can hear his back. I'm hungry. He sits down, and he's just looking at you this whole time. He's just looking at you.
And I give him one of my rations and just eat.
It's like,
Hungry? Here you go.
yeah, and he like starts eating. He chomps down on it.
Be super excited, but not show him that I'm excited because I don't want to freak him out. But this is fucking amazing. And what was that dude that we bought the shit from? He's a genius.
And he looks up. He's like, I don't know. Starts eating again.
Me neither, man. And I'm gonna kind of elbow Arcadia, like,
She rolls over. What?
and then I point at Caduceus, tap my temple,
Just
and then I point at Caduceus, and then I wiggle my eyebrows.
What? She's like, I need coffee. I need coffee.
Well,
She
I
like
mean, who
gets
doesn't?
up out of the bed. reaches down, grabs her tunic, puts it on, and starts putting on her armor and such.
Oh, we need to find everybody else and kind of get together before around noon when these guys said they were leaving to go to the hold.
All right. She puts on her cloak and everything and starts getting her stuff together. Grabs Dagnir off the side of the bed, puts it on her belt.
I drop all of the markers I had been hoarding in my pack.
Okay. So you guys eventually make your way out of the Draven Doldale's
I'm back.
little cottage there, and you guys start heading towards the tavern, the 12th rope. Boot, you wake
Nice.
up in your own little cottage. You have a little space that they picked out for you. You know that from the description that this town has been pretty much abandoned except for a few homes. So most of these homes were just boarded up and locked up, and so they're used for any visitors or whatever means. They're very vacant. They just have what they need to house people. But you wake up and there's a small fire going in where you're at. They made sure to keep you warm. In a bed, you have actually roll me a Constitution check.
Saving throw or check?
Just check.
8.
8. Okay, you're a little hungover. You got a little bit of a headache. You're gonna need some fluids. No penalties though. So, that's it.
Is alcohol considered poison?
Yes, alcohol is considered a poison, but not in a sense like that. You are not
I was
immune
gonna say-
to alcohol.
As a dwarf, am I immune to alcohol?
But
Come on.
You are not immune to, yeah, and you
Yeah.
are not immune to alcohol poisoning either. You
Yeah.
can still die from that. Yeah. Nice try.
It was a weird thought I had. Are dwarves immune?
Dwarves
No,
would
that's-
be pissed if they couldn't get drunk. Can you imagine?
Anyway,
Yeah.
what would you like to do this morning?
I actually had something. So the town is mainly abandoned, right? Is there any semblance of like a bank here? Nothing
No.
like that. Is there a building that used to be a bank?
No. This
Um,
this town was strictly to house travelers. It was a checkpoint town that grew and grew and grew into a city, a small village or a large village, I would say, small town, large village. Basically, all of the buildings here are to accommodate people that traveled through here.
Okay.
There's no other source of wealth here other than the hold. That was why the 12th rope was built. That was why the blacksmith was built, so people could come and get their armors and stuff. There used to be a shop here. I mean, anything you would need in a town, but there's just no reason to have a bank.
Okay. Oh, so what's the deal with the item list thing? Was that a shop or
It was an emporium. I'll give you a brief description. You met a man named Menachem Castor, a being that is from Ondmar, the capital city. He is the professor at the college there. You don't know what race he is. He's human-ish. He owns his own emporium, which is in a pocket dimension. You guys, with the help of you, discovered a plate, like a little portal stone, and
Mhm.
you accidentally triggered it. That is one of 2 of them that were lost over time. One of his students lost his stones, his portal stones, portal plates, and you were able to trigger it. And he offered you guys services if you brought it back to him. This college that he is the head professor of is one of the colleges that you would have some knowledge of. You know that there's a school there in Ondamar. The school there is under the gaze of the ever-knowing mistress, Ayun.
okay.
But there were items in there you weren't too interested in at the time. I even rolled for you. You were too busy looking around. You weren't paying attention to stuff. But I apologize. I didn't.
No, I don't want the items. It's not
There was
possible to go back through that portal, is it though?
No, he strictly had said that he would not allow you guys access until you guys came to Onmar.
Okay.
because of the dangers of it being
Yeah.
outside of the city.
So how many people are in this city? Like-
Maybe like 24 at the most.
And then the shack that I'm at, is it like a popular place that people just stay at this one, or is there a
No.
more?
You guys had met an individual named Draven Doledale, who was the constable there many years ago for many years. He offered you guys these separate cottages while you guys stayed here before you went to the hold, and he has keys to all these cottages, and so he went around and opened them up for you guys and kind of gave you guys some places to stay while you guys were staying here. These cottages have been long abandoned. They haven't been used in many years, but they're still able to be lived in if they wanted them to. They're just locked up because nobody lives there anymore. So
Okay. All right, never mind on that then. I'm gonna pop out a scroll. Nice.
okay, what'd you get?
Grease.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay.
See a serviceable well when we came in.
Yeah,
I see
there
what
is a
you-
well.
I
It's
didn't.
actually in front of the tavern, but it is frozen solid. There's no water source around here other than that, and they don't have any magical means to open it up. Even if they did, it would freeze. The temperatures that you guys are experiencing now are probably in the low 20s, high teens. Always below freezing. Usually, even during the daytime, it's below freezing. The water sources that they do get from is the snow. They boil it, and that's where they get their water. So
All right, well then I'm gonna just go outside and take the trough and fill it up with snow and melt it inside
Mm.
next to the forge.
put it next to the forge. Okay.
Yeah, I
No
need clean washing water.
Not an
squinching
issue.
water.
Boot, was there anything else you wanted to do in the morning? You wanted to go
no.
find somebody, or
Eventually go find somebody from the group. Anyone.
okay?
First one I find.
You know, last night talking that Mara had talked to a group of individuals who were actually going to the hold the next day. They were going to go try and take the challenge. You know, through talk with the constable, that this town grew because of the hold. That people for centuries have been trying to go and retake it.
Grew and died.
Grew and died. But after so many decades and a century went by, it just got, the challenge was too great that it was like, why are everybody who went there, who went into the hold, died, and anybody who stayed behind and waited for their comrades only heard death throes and screams from coming inside the hold. What's up?
No, I was gonna say like the gravedigger probably made a killing, and then I was like, nobody went in there to get them corpses.
No, nobody actually returned.
And that's why.
Yeah, That's why you
Mara
were
made
excited.
That's why Mara made a deal with the group for 13% of whatever was found.
So you guys know that the three individuals are going to the hold, and they would like they said that they would pay you for your help if you help them take it.
But we had to obey Darren's instruction.
Did you
correct.
tell anybody yet, Mara? I know you didn't
Yeah.
tell me because I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah, she talked to Boot and Lance.
Thomas.
So who's the first person that I find?
If you go back to the tavern, it'll be Mara. Mara and Arcadia, and then shortly after that, Thomas would arrive as well. He gets up usually pretty early.
Those people that want to hire us, they're not there, are they?
They are. As you guys walk in, Mara, you would have walked in and seen them as well. I will assume you guys get there within minutes of each other, just for purpose sake. Walking in, you can see coming over. One of the individuals comes up and shakes your hand, Mara, and says, "Where's the rest of your group?"
They're trickling in.
I had the same question, Mara. Can you point me in the direction of Lance or Draven?
Draven left with Kate last night. I assume they're still busy. And
Oh.
Lance left with the other Draven's friend after him. I haven't seen him though.
Art.
Art, yeah, Art.
Well, while I was gone, I thought about some new interesting things that I can do now. And I'm so fond of these things.
Like what?
I turn and walk away. No, I don't,
Okay,
because
okay.
there's nowhere to go. I turn, walk away, and then turn and walk back, and I'm just like, well, shit, there's nowhere to go. I gotta wait for somebody else to come.
Are you gonna eventually meet up with them, Draven?
Probably, but I have a lot of things that I'm probably going to do in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? besides Kate.
Try to make some basic improvements on the place that I'm in and the place or like the actual small town. Like I would probably want to go around and ask a few questions like who's missing what do you need, things
Okay.
like that.
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge check, an intelligence check. Knowledge check. Holy shit! I just reverted back to my fucking
Knowledge
teens
check.
right there. That was my teenage years coming out of me right there.
Knowledge.
3.5, man. Knowledge, will, and fortitude. 20. Okay. Generally, the layout of the town, there is, from what you notice, there's quite a bit of disrepair. However, the reason why it's disrepaired is because nobody fucking uses it. You know that judging by how these people behave, how they live their lives, and the simplicity of it, they probably don't need the outskirts of the town repaired anymore at this point. But you know that as a base of operations, this place can be used very well. You also know that any source of information gathering is going to be at the 12th rope. That's where everybody hangs out. There's no other place in town to hang out. It seems like every day everybody just kind of comes around to the tavern and just hangs out and swaps stories and waits for people to come around. And there might be a few other
I'll
people
basically
that don't.
concentrate on the blacksmith place then and make it serviceable for my needs.
Okay. Did you want to go back to the tavern at all or no?
I probably will eventually, but not right away. Like I said, I want to concentrate on getting this up to snuff for myself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. Let's see. Let's do 2 different ones.
Plus, I want to harvest as much resources as I can from the broken places. And
Okay. Roll me a investigation check, and then also roll me a. Nice. Okay. With an investigation check, you find that there's enough supplies in the blacksmith shop that you could probably manage to repair a lot of the leaks, the holes in the walls, the random little bits of stuff, just to make it more serviceable and homely. Now roll me a survival check. Natural 20. Okay. We're starting off the day real good here. This is a good 12-hour session start. Using what you have with a little bit of what you have, over the next, I would say, and we'll say you do this in the early morning hours, while everybody else is asleep because you don't sleep as long. So for like 4 hours, you go hammering away at stuff, and Kate just sleeps through the whole thing because she's used to this kind of noise. You broke me. Broke me.
Super early for that.
Do the Laura face next time. Do this when that happens. Okay, just cover your whole entire face.
Gotcha.
So for the 4 hours of the morning that you're awake, before everybody else, I would say you managed to get up on the roof, clear a lot of the snow away, find all the damages there, or if there's any there. There's only a couple, so you get those repaired. I will say that you unboard and fix the door completely. When Kate wakes up, she ends up getting up. She helps you. I'll actually roll for her real quick.
she has breakfast, remember.
Oh, she rolls a fucking natural 20. Okay, so
Well,
let's do this. So between the two
Wakes
of
up
you,
like, what a great idea!
yeah, between your knowledge of basic tinkering and her being a smith and an enchanter and all that such, and having mending and everything, you guys are able to get this thing within 4 hours or 3 hours. You guys get this place pretty tip-top shape. It's cleaned up, it's serviceable, it's nice looking. The floors are all nice and cleaned and everything. She goes around and dusts everything off.
Okay, I have to ask you something.
Yes.
Are you artistic at all? Because I'm not very artistic.
I mean,
We need a pretty sign.
well, I would feel bad for making something in somebody else's town. We should probably get permission.
We did get
Okay.
permission.
Check this. Well,
Well, we could.
There's literally no town here, and the only protector is the constable, and he didn't care at all. Every town needs a blacksmith.
All right. Well, why don't we yeah, why don't you give me a little bit in the morning and go find your friends and talk with the rest of the others and I'll work on something, okay?
You want anything from the tavern?
Beer.
Simple enough.
Beer, and she like reaches back and pulls out a small bag of coins and she's like, just if you can bring back something large.
Oh, don't worry about it. I got it, dear. Keep your money.
Besides you.
And with that, I'm gonna like have a little blushy moment and like
Yeah.
skip out the door.
I had to take that opportunity. All right. So as you guys are talking amongst yourselves about what you guys are going to do, like just getting settled down, breakfast is served at the tavern. Tika comes out and she, in her crone voice, comes out and just like slams down the platter and just like, here, goes and walks off. And you can see that there's some fresh, some fresh scrambled eggs. There's a little bit of sausage, a lot of bread, a lot of cheese. That's food that they usually can keep on preserves. Then as the morning goes on, you hear the door open up and Draven comes walking in, shuts it behind him. And you see three humans, the ones from before, or was it three humans? No, it was.
Look
What
at
were
you
they? I don't have my notes right now. Mara, help me out.
Use
What
your
were they?
DM layer and
It was
put
three
them on
humans,
there.
wasn't it?
Yeah, 3 humans.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of the other campaign.
You are
Whew, like
the
totally.
halfling, the elf maiden,
Yeah,
and the
and
human
the
male.
human. Yes. So you see three humans. You see Mara, Boot is there with them. Thomas and Arcadia are all sitting down at the large table in the center of the tavern.
Caduceus.
Bust through the
Caduceus
door
is
like,
never
"Good
forgotten."
morning."
And it's con save time. No.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Yes.
Oh, great movie.
Rip.
So good.
Yeah. So you guys, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna,
somebody-
as soon as I see Draven coming in, I'm gonna yell and ask him if he's seen Lance.
Lance? No.
I haven't seen him either. I figured he would have been here by now.
I mean, he's probably predisposed like I was. There's a lot of opportunities here.
Are there though?
There are.
You see Darren kind of lean over and spin on the ground. He's like, "This place is a shithole."
That's only because lazy people don't do anything.
Yeah. No opportunity here but that hold.
Is that the guy that's hiring us?
Yes.
Good to know.
I'm gonna go up to the bartender.
You were
or
a little
hag.
drunk last night, but I understand that you claim to be the keep's owner.
More than claim.
Baby. What was that?
More than claim.
Right. Well, I don't see no paperwork. I see no badges of heraldry, no symbols or armies. You
Kinda-
certainly don't look wealthy.
Look up from like the book I'm reading and just set my hammer down on the table. Look up and then look back down. Continue reading my
He's
book.
like, that's nice. And he reaches up behind him, and you saw that there was a sword protruding from his back. It's a long sword, very nicely black leathered handle with a silver pendant on the bottom of it and a cross guard. And when he pulls it out, you can see that this blade is, as he sets it on the table. Boot, go ahead and make me a Arcana check.
Okay.
Baby.
23.
23. Within an instant of him sending it down, you look over and you're like, oh yeah, that thing it's radiant. It's like bleeding magic. It's definitely a magic weapon. As you look over it, you guys can see that this weapon is made out of glass. The whole entirety of the blade, all the way through, from end to end, side to side, is made out of glass. He's like, "You're not the only one turning around some firepower."
How do you hit anything with that? Just breaks.
No, no.
Is it a sword or is it what?
It's a longsword.
It's a long sword?
Mm-hmm. So it's a broad-bladed longsword. It's closer to a greatsword, but it's still a longsword.
You mind if I look at that?
No, by all means. Go ahead.
I'd scurry over there and pick it up.
Oh, yeah,
and
you can
hold
just
it
reach
up
right
to
over. It's in the center of the
firelight.
table. Yeah, and it's well lit, so you can just reach over and grab it.
Like whatever light source I can find, I want to hold it up to it and
Okay.
inspect it.
Yeah, there would be like a lantern or a torch or something, or maybe a lantern probably nearby. Go look at it. Go ahead and give me a. Well, no, I don't even need that. Taking a moment, you look at this blade, and as soon as you pick it up, it's like, whoa, that's light. Just it's like as if the handle was the only thing that was weighting this thing down. Taking it over to the light, it's transparent all the way through. Not completely clear. The inside of the blade itself, from tip to hilt, or tip to guard, is got a green, like emerald transparency to it. When the outside of the blade itself, on either side, it's double-edged, is more of a clear, transparent. But the center is green. You can feel this thing vibrating in your hand. Even you're like, yeah, this is a powerful magic item.
What is this made of?
That maybe I'll tell you once we're done with the job. Yeah.
I've seen something kind of like it in the Underdark, but not at this level.
Mm.
It
Is it
kind
good
of
at mi-
sucked away magic.
I can tell you that the crossguard's made out of mithril.
I'm more interested in that. I could recognize mithril, right?
Yeah. Make an intelligence check. A 10. You recognize that this handle is not steel. It's maybe mixed steel, but it's definitely not full steel. You're not sure how the process of how they did that, how they mixed steel with mithril, but they somehow managed to.
Where did you happen across this?
Oh, I was just making my way through life. The other owner of it became unlucky, and I was able to acquire it from him.
Oh shit! You didn't get it made. Damn it!
No.
I
Inside
have
check that.
one huge favor from you. My lady Kate, she would absolutely love to take a look at this blade. She's a dabbler in things like this, and
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we stop by the forge on the way out before we make our ways to the hold, and I'll let it take a look over.
that'd be fantastic. And if anything you have is in disrepair, let us know. We got it up and running again.
My pleasure.
Inside check his acquired it off somebody thing.
Okay, go for it.
6.
Oh, he murdered somebody for
6.
that. I don't even need
Yeah.
an insight check.
Okay.
You know what he's getting across. There was no lie in his eyes. This dude took this off someone's corpse.
Okay.
That's,
When,
he
Draven-
wasn't trying to hide that.
Yeah. When Draven picks up his sword, I'm like, would you like to check out my hammer? And I kind of like push it into the middle of the table toward him.
Okay. He reaches out. He's like, is it cursed?
No.
All right. He goes to reach out for it, and as his hand goes to go around the handle, the hammer slides back towards you. Is it? Are you playing tricks on me?
I like push it back into the center again.
He goes to reach out for it, and as his hand gets close to the handle, it slides back towards you. He's like, obviously it knows its owner.
Now that's a weapon.
That's a fine weapon indeed.
Second question.
Yes.
How long will it take to get to the keep from here?
About a week's travel on the road. In the snow, of
Perfect.
course. That's why. But usually it's only about 2.5 days.
How big
You
is
built
this?
this place awfully far from it.
It's because of the weather. That's about it. You can't take no wagons through it. The snow's 4 feet deep.
Perfect.
take sleds?
How,
We could manage if somebody around here was able to do that. We'd probably cut the time down by at least 2 or 3 days. But then we
I
have to
can
go
make
through.
a sled.
Then we have to
just
go
need
through the
something to pull
woods.
How big
We have
is
to
this
get
room that we're in?
It's a pretty good size. It's like, I don't know, like 60 feet by 60 feet. Well, probably like
Upwards.
maybe like 40, maybe like 25 feet.
25 feet up.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Uh,
What would you like to do?
I just can't resist anymore. I have to do it.
What?
Like, I back up a little bit, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna give you a little taste of why that keep will be mine. Draven, you might be interested in this too. And I just sit there and
Like when he
concentrate.
says that, I want to set the sword back down in front of the dude.
I start shoveling food in my mouth faster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mara's there too. This is gonna be great. You're gonna love this. I just sit there and I concentrate. Big. Let's go big. And I just start to grow. And grow. And grow. Still humanoid shape and grow. 20 feet tall.
What are you doing exactly, Boot? I need to know.
Polymorph into a great ape. Or a huge ape. Which huge is anywhere from 15 to 32 foot tall.
32 feet tall, yeah.
Which is insane. I looked it up on like so many different tables, but if I can go to max, I want to go to a 32 foot tall and just like.
You can't go to. You can hunch. You could probably hunch over in this
Oh
place.
yeah, I just mean I want to like.
Yeah.
Lean over the ceiling and the whole thing.
You guys see Boot's form just start to transform, and it's a strange sight to you guys. Mara, you've been a part of this kind of transformation before, but nothing so extreme as all of a sudden his form just opens up, and within several seconds, 5 or 6 seconds, his form changes into that of a giant beast-like hairy creature. You guys have never seen one before. They have never seen one before. And he's now sitting on his knuckles, hunched over the entire table, as one of the guys at the table leans, and he's like, "Ah!" and like falls backwards as you do it. And Darren kind of just sits there and looks up at you.
And I just kind of like grunt.
Okay, so Mara, you're now looking at this giant. You guys are both looking at this giant ape, 30-some feet tall, hunched over the table with his hands around the table. And Boot, as you're sitting there, you're like, you feel this like thwack, 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 thwack against the back of one of your legs.
Just like move it. I'll move my leg to the right, so I'm like spreading my legs a bunch.
You look down, you like kind of look between your legs and look down, and you can see Tika, the crone, hunched over, and she's got this like ladle. She's like, not in here, and she's hitting you over and over again.
Sorry, I'd rather do it. Oh, I can't say anything. Never mind. Nope. I just put my my fist out, my fist the size of Mara, up to Mara.
Yeah.
Just my fist is like out in front of you. It's fucking huge. I think my fist is the size of you.
It's like a dinner table.
Yeah.
Walk up beside him and try. I have to know if this gorilla is ticklish, and I'm gonna tickle the side of Boot. Just like feverishly tickle the side of Boot.
You know what?
On the opposite side.
Make a dex check to see if you can manage to get up there and.
Oh, I thought you were asking me for like a resist.
No.
I was like,
nah, doesn't seem to be working.
Just take one finger and like push him down. Just away. And then I believe I can shift as many times as I want during all the spells going, right?
Post it. Post the spell.
I'm sorry, close the window.
I don't think that's how it works, but we'll see.
I think that's disguise self that I'm thinking of that shifts.
Yeah, disguise self is No, this is just you get the one form for the one spell. Yeah. Because the transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies, which means so you can't just keep like changing forms. Yeah.
I was
you'd have to
thinking of
re-
disguise self in my head.
Yeah, disguise self. You can continuously remove the form. Okay. Still, this crone is just hitting you with a ladle.
Does it do any damage?
No,
Okay, I'm just curious.
It's a ladle.
And I poke Mara, one of her axes.
What?
I keep poking the axe,
No, I'm not giving you an axe.
and then I like smack the back of my hand.
Oh, I totally pull out an axe and I fucking hit him with it.
Which one?
Chaos axe, duh.
Oh my god. Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Can't
19.
take you two anywhere.
I believe a 19 hits.
I'm sitting.
Okay, so you take the hit.
Yeah, I'm just sitting.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he takes the hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
God, 9 damage.
I rolled to you, Roman.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're level 7 now, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do that shit. Yeah.
The only other thing that I can
how much
do is
damage?
Fucking 9.
9. Oh yeah, you hit him, and it's like the axe just goes and buries into his whatever, and he
Fur.
just yeah. It's
Yeah.
like nothing. You take
I get
you
out
take
and do it again.
you take the axe out, and there's like a little bit of blood.
I do it again.
Okay. No, he's taking
Both
hits.
hands.
Just roll for damage.
Both
Yeah.
hands. Okay.
Yeah.
The only other thing is are there dinosaurs in your world? Like, does that exist in like
15
history?
damage.
Okay.
Not that you know of. You would have to
Okay.
do research, so you don't know.
Okay.
You don't. Even,
15, 10
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
11 damage. 16 damage.
you okay. You're just hitting him over and over, and it's not doing a lot. You're doing damage, but it's like he looks down. You look down. There's just an annoyance, like there's something just like pin needling you.
2 thumbs up, man.
I go up right to her chest and just boof.
Okay,
Would
roll
they-
for an attack.
Does she? I'll like prep it like right in front of her and just like see if she takes it. Okay.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Do I still
God
roll an
damn.
attack or just damage?
Nah, roll for damage. If she's
Okay.
taking it, just roll for damage.
While they're doing that, I'm tying a rope to her really quickly. and like laying on the floor with the rope underneath me.
Okay, roll a dex check, Draven. Not soon enough. Mara, you just take the hit and just go flying out of your chair. Not very far, but you get hit and you just like slam onto the ground and go like sliding underneath one of the tables behind you.
I have a piece of rope in my hand, like
Yeah.
That was awesome. Totally gonna wreck this hold.
at least she didn't hit the wall.
Or go
You-
through it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Now, Boot,
Or
Boot,
another
just
table.
to be clear, you have to let me know what you would like to transform into beforehand, because you may or may not have seen it or understood what it is on the lists. There are some things that
Okay.
your character just doesn't know about, but I'm very forgiving with that, because you in your youth read a lot of books, you studied a lot, so you know about a lot of creatures. You just don't know about some of them. So
Yeah. The only reason that I asked about the dinosaurs is because they make up a huge portion of the beast list. Which
They
I
do.
learned later that I can't do a dragon or anything because it has to be a beast.
it has to be a beast, yeah, and dragons aren't. So yeah, just you would have to do more research on the dinosaurs in order to get that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Because
Yeah.
other than an ape, like the next thing on the list is like cranium rats. Yeah, and then lower than that is like like so much lower. It's like
Yeah,
an elk.
it goes downhill. It goes
Yeah,
downhill.
it's like
pretty
what
quick.
the fuck?
Well, yeah, and I might, maybe there might be some homebrew stuff you can look up that I might be able
Yeah.
to allow. So, do some research for me, but not another time.
Yeah.
So do you stay in the swarm or no?
Yeah. You took 33 points of damage, by the way, from that flick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which doesn't even phase Mara.
And I drop it.
Okay, so you go back down into your normal form. You see Darren sipping at his coffee. That's impressive. That's going to help out quite a bit.
Samara, I could do that 2 times.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, the hit on you 2 times in a turn. In a fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very
As
good.
as you guys are sitting there, talking, you see the front doors. You hear, or just outside you guys, Draven. While they're talking, you would hear this, and at the same time, Thomas kind of turns at the same time at the sound. You hear multiple booted footsteps coming up onto the porch, and then the door kicks open, and it slams open, and you see 2 people carrying somebody between them. This person is hogtied and bound and unconscious, and you see the 2 people running, and the body slides
I
onto
think I smell a lance.
slides onto the ground.
How did I know?
All
Whoa.
of you guys looking over, you can see bound, hogtied, and unconscious. No weapons is Lance. And several figures step in, and then several more figures step in, and then several more figures step in, and pretty soon there's about a dozen people surrounding him, like in a half circle in front of the doorway there. And the door slams shut. And you come walking through the crowd, you can see Draven Doledale walk up and look down at Lance and then spit on him.
A bit rude.
I can't thank you enough for returning this individual for justice.
What?
Your boy's a murderer.
Damn, I should have kept calling.
Is there
her.
like an innocent until proven guilty thing here, or are you just like stealing people and who is he
What?
supposed to have
Are you
murdered?
using him up?
He reaches up into his neck and pulls out a locket and snaps it open and tosses it to you, Mara. And
Okay.
you catch it or no?
Yeah.
Okay, you catch it and look at it, and inside is the portrait of a woman. And you looking up at him, and you can see that his eyes are like watering up. He's
Obviously, this is your wife. What happened?
year and a half ago now. This monster murdered my wife.
Is that
Okay,
true?
Well, we get that you think that, but
I don't.
I say it
think
to
it.
Lance.
I know he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's now out cold.
I mean, he was on a whole nother continent. Are you sure it's the same guy?
Yes. Art remembers him. Tika remembers him.
No, why didn't you recognize him earlier?
Took me a minute.
he's a
Well,
pretty generic-looking white dude, or
alright.
whatever.
It's not that. It's these. And he reaches down and pulls back his hood, and pulling back his hood all the way and exposing his entire face, you guys see the pigment of his skin has changed. Lance's skin has changed. It's more of a reddish hue, and through his hair are horns coming up out of his skull. His eyes are also, if you were to see them, would also be changed as well, but you don't see those. But you can see there's definite horns coming up out of his forehead, out of his top of his head. It's like,
You know
I
there's
wouldn't
more.
forget this face.
You know there's people with that face all over the place, right?
Listen to me. This man murdered my wife in cold blood.
I doubt that.
What proof do you have?
All the proof we need, we have witnesses.
Ah,
Of a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Who? Who was here a year and a half ago?
And you see an individual start stepping forward, and there's like 5 or 6 people. And then Tika comes out from around the bar. Art's standing there with them. All of us saw him. He was here with a party of people. Adventurers just like you, going to take the hold.
oh no, that's. You guys need to get your facts straight, because I'm pretty sure he's been on his own quest to avenge his own family that was murdered. So,
Do you no idea where this guy came from?
Yes.
Where? What land? Where's his home? What's his last name? You
I
know
will let him
nothing
share that
about
with
him.
you because it's not any of my business or my place to share this information.
This man killed one of ours.
No.
He's still alive.
He is, for now.
Nod him awake. I'll see if I can figure out the truth. Give you answer right now.
You go to step forward and you see Art stand in front of you and he says, "Don't touch him."
Oh, I didn't step forward. I was still sitting at the table from where I was. I was just where I was sitting, I asked.
What did you want to ask?
If you nod him awake, I'll give you your answer right now. He'll say it himself.
Well, he's not waking up for a little bit, that's for sure.
I have a question, though.
He already got away once.
What jurisdiction do you have? There's no lord of this land right now. You're a constable of nothing.
Wait, there is.
The lords of this land have been dead for centuries.
So you have no jurisdiction.
This is the
You
people.
have no claim to law.
These are the people's choices.
Yeah, but you
We as a
need to
people
take
came
him
together
to a
about
baron. You can't do anything on your own.
The barons are dead.
Not here. You need to take him to another land of authority.
The last
You can't
baron,
just murder somebody, or you're the murderer, and so is your town.
The last baron died over 20 years ago.
Sucks for you. Move him to a different
That's
fucking
nice. But there is a town nearby with a baron. There is
no
a
town
king. There
nearby.
is lords of this land. There's a war going on.
You don't understand. There are no more barons. There are no more kings in Mokoral. There's
Who's
no-
running the war then?
It's not entirely true.
Shit-faced grin, just whole time.
Well, that would be
No, like character to DM. Who the hell's running the war then?
the capital would probably be the best bet for that answer. Whoever is currently head of the capital of Ondmar is probably the leading for any of the general forces, but there really isn't, from what you guys have heard, there's really no general opposition to this war. There's just the dwarves are off on their own, the humans are doing their own thing. It's a diverse group of people that
Well, even better, he has no claim whatsoever to anything, and if he wants to do it, the only way he's going to do it is through a duel. You're not going to have a lynch mob put this guy up because you say something happened a year and a half ago with no proof and no law to actually provide, an actual court system for this.
this man stabbed my wife.
And this man killed a man for a glass sword, and this man
This-
killed probably 300 people in his lifetime. And you, what have you done bad?
This man killed my wife with a blade summoned from the abyss itself.
So you should see
Only
him
f-
put to death?
He needs to answer for his crimes.
He's also saved a city full of people that were taken hostage by an evil ruler, and probably saved you from an invasion.
It's probably saved the entire continent, pretty much. Yeah.
I need,
Calm down a bit, Draven.
I need both of you guys to make persuasion checks.
Me?
Nope.
Oh, I'm not really trying to... I mean, I'm not trying to persuade yet, but...
Okay, Draven, just make a persuasion
Okay,
check.
yeah. I'm not... I haven't gotten there. I want us to ask him... so your punishment will be death in the end, though, most likely. And
We're not sure.
if he killed
We
your
haven't
wife...
decided.
If he killed your wife, I agree. That's your right in this land. I have another question, though. Do you believe that anyone that goes to that keep is dead? Nobody comes back.
The only people who have come back mad, and they didn't even set foot in the place.
Now, what do you think about that being his punishment? Forcing him into that keep? If he goes in, he dies. If he comes back, he's mad for the rest of his life. Suffering. Now a persuasion check.
You'll persuasion check when I say
Okay.
you'll persuasion
I
check.
know. I wanted to get that out before, though. It's your decision in the end.
We'll return him tomorrow morning. After we've made our decision.
No
I'll give
kinky
you the
things
benefit
now.
of the doubt. And I'll at least give you the respects to tell you our judgment before we carry it out. You have my word.
I turn back around and sit down. Open my note book.
I bend
Okay.
over to Boot and I whisper, "Can we kill these motherfuckers after we?"
I like show you what I wrote in the notebook, and it's like the entire town, all dead, and it's like right underneath the elf guy's name and the treants.
I need Draven actually make me an inside check real quick. Because you're more or less paying attention. Okay. This individual is noticeably emotionally upset. Not to the point of where he's letting his emotions get the best of him. He's very calm. But you can tell that he's being very genuine. And that he doesn't want to do this. But in his mind, this is the truth.
You also got this mob.
Ugh,
Do you not see the sickness you're breeding?
this isn't a sickness. We
You
take-
just organized everybody here to kidnap a man. When you could have easily just talked to us about it and we could have helped you.
How's Kate?
What a horrible segue.
Honest question, man to man.
I'm going to walk right up to him where my nose is almost in his face. And I'm like, ask that question again. And try to have a little respect when you do it.
Imagine somebody coming into the night. Dark. Shadows. Full of hatred and evil. Imagine laying there with the love of your life. Spent years together, raised children together. And imagine waking up to the sight of a near invisible blade being pushed through her back. Imagine her not being able to scream.
Can I hear him?
Yeah.
Do you guys
Imagine.
keep like town records of this stuff?
Imagine the last thing you had said to her wasn't what you wanted it to be. And letting the man get away. And spending the next year and a half contemplating what you could have done.
Oh, I'm sure you had to file some sort of report, yes?
No,
Oh, what a horrible system of management for a town.
this isn't.
How do you know the details of of the scene or the crime aren't changing with time into what you want them to be?
Do you want me to show you the details?
Draven,
I
do you know
mean-
anything about demons?
I know plenty about people's demons.
Not people's demons.
No, actual demons.
This was no demon. That's a fiend.
And there's
Look.
been a demon tormenting this fiend.
You walk
This
with
demon
evil.
could have easily been the thing that did this. You need to take time and learn the exact situation. There could be an entirely different explanation for this. You just need to be calm.
So you
Think of
like,
what
you
your
didn't-
wife
you
would
didn't-
want. Would she want justice? Or would you want you blindly killing somebody that you think did the deed? For all you know, he's the key to finding out what really did this. Just be
He seemed
patient.
like clenching his fists and unclenching his fists. He says, if you want the proof, the evidence, pick him up, come with me. He turns around and opens
I'll
up the
pick
door.
him up.
Okay, easily enough. He's sack of potatoes at the moment, but pick him up. start
Oh,
walking
give
out.
me a hand with this, Mara.
I got you.
You guys,
I
she just
kinda
walks over and
look
just
over
picks
my
him up.
shoulder. Yeah.
Just over. Are you going with him, Boot, or no?
I wanted to say while they're having this, do I see an imp in this room anywhere?
Make a perception check.
17.
Nope.
Okay.
Grix is nowhere to be found.
Um,
As usual.
I want to see if
No.
I can at all. I want to, as he's walking out, clap my hand on his shoulder really lightly and think about Sarenrae and try to pray to Sarenrae to give him a little bit of comfort.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a religion check. First one in a long time.
Do you say hi, little buddy?
First need for it in a long time.
Baby rage. Oh. That's a cock die.
That's totally
Okay,
cocked.
I'll take the 20, but go ahead and re-roll. I just want to see something.
Roll 20 has cocked eye all the time.
Okay. What? Wait, what? Okay.
13 plus 4?
I know.
That
I
one's
just,
straight up.
Say hi.
roll 20 does have cocked eye.
Oh, jeez.
That's his way of saying hello.
Say hi.
He's like, Mom, I am. I'm assuming you can still hear me. As you guys are walking out, you take a moment to close your eyes and pray for a moment. And the first thing, he snorts and growls.
He's going.
Baby rage. The first thing you sense as you're praying is pressure all around this individual. There's just this pressure, like weighing down on him, like lead. This man is hurt. You can feel it in his soul. This individual is hurt, and that what he is telling is the truth. You
Oh,
can
I don't doubt that.
You can feel that through your prayer.
I can understand he believes what he's saying.
And you can feel the warmth flow from your chest down your arm into the gauntlets and transfer into him, and you can see him kind of take a deeper breath as he's walking, and it seems like he's calmed a little bit more. And a little more, kind of pulls his shoulders up a little bit as he's walking. You can see he's kind of kept his emotions at bay for now. But that's about it.
And I'll say, we all have burdens, but we have others that can help us carry the load.
Yeah. Oh, no. I had one of those too about a year and a half ago. He keeps walking. He leads you guys, you and Mara, to a different side of town you guys haven't been to on the northeast side. And on the northeast side. And it's a very fine home. It's a manor, 2-story, several bedrooms. He leads you guys inside, and going in, you guys can tell there's like 4 different bedrooms. There's a large dining room, kitchen. He reaches into his neck again, and off of his string he has, he grabs it, takes it off. It's a key, and he opens up the door and walks inside, and the house starts to creak as you guys walk in. It hasn't been touched in well over a year. There's dust lining everything. There's sheets over the chairs and tables. And he turns and immediately goes up a set of stairs that go up, and you guys follow up. And he goes up to a door, opens it up with the key, opens it up and walks in. Walking, you guys can see a very large bed in this room. Beautiful work done as he takes the sheet and pulls it off of it, and the dust kind of spreads around. This bed looks like it hasn't been made in a year. It looks like as if somebody had just gotten out of it. He points to the bed on the left side of it. He says, "There. Have yourself a look." He goes over and like opens up the window, the screen in it, the curtains in it, sheds the morning light into the room.
Take it there's a pool of blood on the bed.
That make a investigation check. What's Mara typing? What you doing, Mara? Oh, you guys are typing to each other, I see.
It's a 10.
It's a 10, okay. Looking over, you can see that there is it's blood. It's not much though. There's not a lot of blood. It's probably only about this big. It's not a lot of blood. But what you do see is there is a very, very strange looking hole in the mattress that goes all the way through. You recognize this type of wound. You've seen it several times before, and you'll know exactly where it came from. It came from this exact same type of blade that Lance can summon.
Oh, a pack blade?
It's his blade that his Eldritch blade that he can, his Shadow Strike blade.
So I know this is something that other fiends can do.
You make me a nature check. No, just an intelligence check.
What was the name of the two
Not
other guys
religion?
besides Darren? Sorry.
That was I have them somewhere here.
Because Darren was not the one I talked to.
Yeah, you did talk to Darren.
No, because he referred to Darren in the third
Oh,
person,
right,
saying
yeah.
that Darren made the plans.
It was Darren.
That's what we were typing, by the way. I didn't know any of the names.
Yeah, and then one of them does luck picking.
Yeah, that's Volvin is the lockpickers, and Braun is the other one.
B-R-O-N.
B-A- no, B-R-A-U-N. Braun.
Braun.
Yes, Braun.
I'll be right
Yeah, roll me just an intelligence check.
I was asking because warlocks, clerics, and paladins are all religion-based.
You
Let's see up.
You know that this blade that he summons comes from some form of other planar existence. However, you're not sure exactly where he gets his from, but you know that this mark, this wound, whatever was left, is as identical to those that he has used before on the drow, on other things. You've seen it very clearly before. So it's almost a carbon copy.
Okay, but in this moment, I'm thinking to myself, is there any way that this could be produced by somebody else with the same skills?
I mean, to say that there is nobody else like Lance in the entire mortal plane, it would be a far cry. You know, I mean, that's the chances of somebody being able to do this kind of something.
Well,
like
what I'm
this
saying is
very
because
high.
Lance has said specifically to me before that he's hunting a demon that's been tormenting him.
Right.
So I'm trying to see if I can piece together something that causality of this could be that either A, he was manipulated, controlled, or B, that something set him up pretty bad. That's
So
my
again, yeah.
mentality.
So
going
again,
into
you
this.
know that the chances of somebody else being able to do this, yeah, that somebody else could probably do this type of thing. However, with the amount of background that Lance has given you about where he's from, where he came from, what he did in his past life, you realize you don't know very much about Lance than you really
Well, Lance
think.
has talked to me a few times compared
He
to
has.
the party.
He has, but you thinking back, you're like, yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere. He came from a book that we found, a very powerful magic book. He showed up with almost no recollection of his past. He's a very mysterious figure, and you realize, yeah, I don't really know that much about this individual, where he came from. So piecing this together looks pretty bad. It does look bad. Not saying that you know that is your point of view.
No,
but,
I get what you're saying. I'm looking at this like this is going to be very hard to defend.
right.
This is going to be some tough
And
shit.
You
This
see,
is very.
you see, Draven standing there, and I don't wish to put anyone to death. I don't wish to send anyone to their death. I definitely don't like violence. I've seen enough of it in my days here as a constable. However, it's also not my decision as well. You see, after the barons died, the last one died in Sunderdale, in the Sunderdale. There is no law but the people's here. It's not up to one person.
So you're saying it's a democracy?
More or less, yeah. If the people of this town of Timk rule that this man be put to death, that's their rule. How,
Well,
however,
okay, so
it's a different story.
Well, that's fair. That's a lot different than the representation that we saw. A democracy doesn't lynch somebody and throw them on the floor in a tavern, knocked out and abused.
He also
But-
followed one of our men down into the sewers.
why was your man in the sewers?
That's where he lives.
You don't see how that could come across as kind of sketchy?
That's where Art's always lived.
Okay, well, we're
Well-
new. We don't know that.
Just so you know, we just came out of a place called the Underdark, and we're all a little bit paranoid. So that could have just been him trying to make sure we're all safe. So
I
don't hate him
understand.
for following.
Hold on,
He's
like,
just
we're
used
just-
to keeping us safe.
So I saw the evidence that he presented, the fucking hole and whatever. But that's it. You didn't write down, like, any other details aside from, oh, look, there's this hole here.
This man looked exactly like the one that stabbed my wife.
Do you possibly have anybody in this town with any sort of artistic talent to where you describe that? So you saw your wife stabbed. You saw this man stabbing your wife.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to Boot real
Not
quick.
there.
and
Not there.
just- Oh, god damn it.
So the thing is, I understand that you recognize this man. I understand that there is a possibility that this man could be the one that done it. But I need you to open your mind to the possibility that he might not have been the one in control at the time. And I might need your help to figure this out. Because I don't think you want the blood of somebody, an innocent man, on your hands.
And then also just kind of realize that it has been a year and a half. It was an extremely emotional thing. And while he may look similar, there is a chance that he's not the one that did this. He could be being framed. But there's all sorts of shit that can go on.
Well, I'm
Your
not going to
emotional
say that he's
distress
not
coulda-
guilty. There's a lot of damning evidence here, but there's a lot going on that you're not aware of, and I'd like you to become aware of it before you
Or
bring this to the rest.
make a persuasion check. Your tatas will not help.
Mm-mm,
A
nothing's
13.
gonna help this one.
Okay. Look. Giving you guys a break and not slitting his throat while he was unconscious like I wanted to when I first found out he was here.
Well, that just proves you're not
Congratulations
broken.
on actually being a human being.
I've seen
You
a lot of
fucking cookie.
bad people come through here before. I've seen a lot of death. Seen a lot of young warriors got mad, pull their own eyes out.
I roll my eyes.
That's a good point right there. You've seen what madness and what demons can do to people. Now imagine if one had a leash on you or had interest in the people that you're around, especially happy people.
I'll tell you what. You still want to go to the hole, yeah?
Of course. But I'd like to figure this out with your wife too,
Do you
because
need
if
him?
there's something more,
I'm not listening to you. I'll talk to him. Do you need him?
do we need him?
Yes.
I believe we do. Yes.
Uh-oh. He looks over at you, Mora. You're pretty strong, yeah? I'll make you a
I'm
deal.
just staring at him.
This stays between us. This guy's already escaped his bounds once this morning. That's why he's knocked out. So we'll make a little deal with you. We'll say he slipped him again. You guys take off, get to the hold, do your business. If you make it back, we'll settle this thing. But if I find out that this thing slipped away, the cog's gonna hear about this. And
The
all
who
your
what?
the cog. And all
Would you
your
mind
heads,
elaborating?
all your heads will be on wanteds. Don't smirk at me. The last thing you want is the golden lady after you.
Would you elaborate on that, please? We're new here, remember?
The cog is the driving god of Ondmar. And they're not living. They don't sleep. They don't eat. They don't even
I mean,
need
they're
to breathe.
gods.
Cogs.
Yeah.
You know, those machines.
I am like 2 seconds from just swinging on this motherfucker.
Mech.
Welcome back. Mara. Would you do me a favor?
As long as you stop being patronizing.
Okay. I need Boot and Kate gathered up as soon as possible if we're going to do this. And you got to
I'm
get Thomas
the
and
fuck outta here.
Arcadia.
I'm the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Bye. I'll be back.
Meet
me
near
yet,
the
Jackie?
outskirts.
Hate me yet? Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit.
No, I'm just gonna kill some of your NPCs. That's all. Or
That's
try.
okay. Yeah, you can try. As she turns and walks out, Lance,
What up?
you
Anything happen yet?
yeah you
Just barely.
you come to as your eyes just snap open, and you're face down on the ground on a wooded floor, cold. Your hands are bound behind your back, and your feet are hogtied to your hands. Your mouth is bound as well. Your eyes are blinded. And you feel the bonds on your eyes slowly pull off of your head. And you kind of shake your eyes awake and kind of try to get a look around, and all you see is two pairs of booted feet, one on either side of you. Looking up at one of them, you see Draven standing, look, your friend. Looking at what?
Sorry, I'm just laughing because their names are the same. I'm like, you wake up
Yeah.
to see two Dravens.
Yeah. Two Dravens don't make a right. You see your friend Draven looking down at you. And then you see another figure crouched next to you who's currently untying the gag in your mouth, the ropes. slowly takes apart the ropes and everything. What you remember from last night was following Art, going down into the sewers, where you had overheard a conversation between Art and a woman about finally finding somebody, finally finding the murderer. You remember opening the door, and you remember your entire body locking up and freezing. As you glanced around, seeing very familiar looking runes, ones that you've seen Boot use several times. From there, you were knocked unconscious. You woke up sometime in the night, realizing this situation that you were in. You were able to slip your bonds once, but they were waiting for you again. You were knocked unconscious one more time, and that's all you remember. Now you wake
Good morning, sleepy face.
up in some master bedroom of some sorts with your friend Draven and the constable Draven now finish untying you and helping you stand. And the constable looks over at your friend and then looks at you, nods once at each of you, and then turns and starts.
Raven,
Turns around. What?
you have my word that I'm going to make sure that we find justice. We'll figure this out. One way or another.
I'll hold you to it. Turns and
Wait,
steps outside.
isn't he in? I'm pretty sure that Draven was in on this.
You what?
I-
Are you talking to me?
Wrong Draven. I was like,
Yeah.
wrong Draven. Holy shit.
What should I call him? Draven 2?
No, it's Constable Draven.
Okay.
Well, when you're speaking to me, Draven's fine.
yeah,
because I know
Draven,
what
and
you're
then
talking
call
about.
him. You can call him the Constable. If that's an easier way to remember it.
I had a.
And you didn't follow him. You followed Art.
I know, but it was his friend.
Yeah, it was
I'm
Art.
going to grab Lance's wrist and be like, come here. And I'm going to point to the bed and be like, can you tell me what is going on? And if this has to do with your demon.
Did I make it back with Kate, Thomas, and everybody else yet? And
Yeah. In this amount of time, sure, no problem.
I wanted to have a chat
only-
while they're away.
Oh, okay, let's go ahead and do that real quick.
Okay.
Okay,
You go
cool,
first.
because I'm going to refresh my coffee and stuff while you do that. Awesome.
All right, sounds good.
I waited like 2 minutes after they left.
What the fuck's happening? I want to
just
kill
calm-
Constable Draven.
Why would you want to kill him?
'Cause I followed his friend and I got fucking squanked and they were telling me I was a murderer. I want to kill them all. Where's
Okay.
those other two fucks? I want to kill them.
While that's going on, Boot, we'll catch you up.
Literally, I'm about to turn this into a murder hobo campaign.
You're gonna love
no,
this.
No lie.
What's up, Boot?
Where's Mara? She's gonna help.
You're gonna
She's
love
ready,
this, Lance.
I guarantee
Alright,
it.
who's
All right.
who am I with? Darren's the
you
one
are
that's at the
sit-
table.
You are sitting with Darren, Braun, and Volvo.
Oh, they're all there. Okay, perfect. So like 2 minutes after they left, I waited. I was like, closed the book and. You guys ever killed people before?
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah. I've had to take a few people down.
Innocent people?
Unfortunately, but so it's just a way of life. Yeah.
Innocent people?
No. No, innocent. No. That's not my way. If they don't have a sword in their hand, they're not worth it to me. An honorable
they-
fight's an honorable fight.
Okay. Well, I don't see this thing going well. So, I'm guessing they're gonna hold my friend. I don't care what he did. He's here to help me. It's really the end of it. And if he needs to be broken out of here. You okay with taking a few people down with you as we leave?
What
And
here?
I pull out 100 gold. Just put it on the table.
You want me to hurt these people?
If it comes to that. If they don't want us to leave, our friend to leave this place.
Look, not to be crude or anything, but we have no business with these people other than their houses. These people have done nothing to us. We're here for the holes, and that's it. Yeah.
I like upturn the bag for like 1,000 gold on the table.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
I feel like with advantage because all of the monies.
it's 1,000 gold. Yeah. I can't wait to.
25.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
He sits back for a moment. You see Volvin kind of turn and like whisper in his ear for. He whispers in his ear for a second, and then he kind of like pushes him away.
These
If
are
anything goes down,
Those are yours. Fair.
I won't kill anyone, but I'll get you out.
Not me. I'll be fine. If the unconscious one needs to be broken out, kit him out. Or any of
I
the
can do
others.
that. Keep your gold until it happens.
Oh, I know. If nothing happens, no payment.
That's fine to me. No killing.
And our deal about the keep, this maybe to Roman, but were we joining their team and he was paying us to join them? What was
Yeah,
the...
he offered 13% of the cut,
But we had to follow Darren's instructions.
but you had to follow Darren's instructions. That's who you're speaking to right now.
Yeah. I'll tell him, and if you do get us out of here successfully, not just this gold, you can keep your cut as well. At least my share of it. Sound good? I've got more than monetary value in this. I have no use for money.
If you say that you're this baron, this lord, this king, or whatever, this is your land. Well, not Timk itself, but the baron's land up there in the hold.
Yep.
Moirai is indeed yours by right of some sort. I'll make you a deal. You help us take it and keep your barony. But I'll offer my services to you in whatever ways I can, but it ain't gonna be cheap. I'm very good at what I do.
I'll lean in over the table and not just this keep. I'm not stopping until this whole continent's mine.
You'd want to take on the cog. You want to take on the barbarians. You want to take on. You want to take all those people on. That's funny.
If it comes
I'll
to
play it.
that,
I'll play
You
along. But I won't
think
fight. I won't fight the cog. I never have, and I never will.
they think this is a war between two sides, the raiding party of orcs and everybody else. I think they're gonna learn pretty quick that this is a three-way war.
Let me give you a little bit of information here, because it sounds like you haven't been on this land very long here, my friend. This isn't no raiding party of orcs. This isn't no small war band. This isn't just an army. These are legions. You understand me? Legions.
And I'm just
Tens
a
of
man.
hundreds of thousands of them. And they're not just orcs either. There's aberrations and beasts that they summon, that they grow.
I don't even know if you know
Things.
this. There's dragons as well.
Oh, I know about the dragons. Seen them.
We took them out already.
Yeah. Make a deception check. Because you're bullshitting the fuck
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
him right
I'm
now.
bullshitting so much of what
Yeah.
I've said.
Oh yeah. RP's so good.
27.
Oh! Oh!
Don't you ever
Air
try
horn.
to make me do deception check. Plus 1,000.
You need an air horn button, Kay.
No. I like that you have confidence for such a little man. We'll keep talking as the days go.
As the days go. Scoop all the money
for
back
now-
in.
For now, let's focus on that hole there.
Yep.
Get it back. Oh, I've got stories to tell you. He gets up and stretches. And he looks over and all these people are still kind of standing there. But you could piss off. Mhm. The rest of them are kind of like, start like walking out the door.
Get ready to leave today. I don't want to stay here any longer.
By then, Mara, you see the people coming out and you walk back in.
Hey, Boot.
Hey.
I need to find you and Kate, and we need to go talk to Draven. But real quick, I have this thing in here, and I remember when I first met you, you didn't look so pale and dark-eyed. Is that a curse that you have?
In layman's terms, sure.
Well, I'm wondering because in layman's terms, I have a cure curse potion. Do you think that would work?
Kind of chuckle. No.
Oh, okay. Just didn't know if I ever mentioned it before.
I like the way I look. I think I'm a handsome man.
Fuck.
Hello.
I accidentally hit my back button. My bad. Should be good.
All right,
No,
we have to
not a
go
handsome man?
meet Draven though. I gotta grab Kate, Thomas, and Arcadia, and everybody else. Where's Caduceus?
He is at your heels at all times.
Tacos.
I turned to Darren. I'm a pretty man, right? To Darren.
Oh, to Darren?
Solid black eyes, pale face,
Nah.
looking straight at him.
Sorry, mate. I don't even think an ogre child would want to try and have kids with you.
Huh. Always thought I was the handsome one. Guess I'm just the brains. Start to walk out with her.
Can I just like backside of the head just?
Dodge. I expected it. So where are we going for Kate? I was gonna, as we're walking, Telmara, I was gonna say to leave Kate here because I fear that we're not all coming back from this if it happens, and I think she'd be safer here, but guy pretty much threatened her right in front of Draven. So, if something happens with this Lance Fiend thing, it might, string her up next.
So
Thoughts?
the question is she safer in this town, or is she safer in a keep full of something we don't fucking know about?
That's a good question. That's the age-old question.
I think well, I'm not Kate, but I would rather, not be left behind to die at the hands of strangers. So.
Yeah.
And she seems pretty badass when she's at the forge.
Never seen it.
Well,
Not that forge. I saw her
No,
at the forge in the Underdark.
Did she actually work while we were there?
she
sure.
made you your.
I
things,
just
didn't
remember
she?
her being at the
She,
counter.
you guys didn't watch her make that stuff, but she was, yeah, she worked the forge a little bit while you guys were right there in front of her.
I remember she was making like armor or something when I walked in. That
When you
one of
guys
those
first
days.
walked in, she was making armor,
Yeah,
which you never talked about. But
I did talk about plate armor later, but I just never.
yep, I remember.
Yeah.
At that point, I think we were trying to get Caduceus armor.
All right, let's go get her. I told them to be ready to leave today, so if you're ready as well.
I'm gonna need a quick recap of what the heck's going on.
You'll get
You were
that when
unconscious.
you talk.
Yeah.
As your character, you were unconscious. You didn't hear any of it. Do we even know where the hell Kate is? It's a.
I
Good.
told Mara to get her. She was at the forge.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that is. So, lead the way, Mara.
Well, I'm sure a smoking building would probably be kind of noticeable.
Oh, I didn't know if they had already started up the forge yet or not.
They
There's
did.
fireplaces probably.
What do you need to know, Lance? Like, what's
What exactly happened? I mean, the glyph of war, and then I woke up to. I mean, I don't really care because like Boots said, it's not like it's.
You've
in
been
my
pretty
character.
unconscious this whole time, so I understand that you are. I mean, relatively speaking, you're not aware of what's really going on. You would need somebody to inform you of what's going on.
You know, right before I left, you were getting ready to bring me in, but I didn't have a chance to.
That's okay. I morphed it around a little bit, and we had a little bit of an RP session, which is fine. But I mean, if Draven wants to give you a heads up, what's going on, you can.
Yeah,
totally
wait
do that.
until you finish with them.
Okay. What did you guys want to do exactly, Boot and Mara?
We went to go find Kate.
Okay. You know that that Mara, you know that they were going to the forge.
Yeah,
Which
they're headed to the forge.
yeah. So make a make an investigation check. Just make an investigation check. Yes.
Because there's smoke coming out of a blacksmith building, but there's smoke coming from
12.
all the buildings.
12.
'cause-
Okay, and it's a relatively low DC, but it depends on how long it takes you to find it. I mean, you could just act stupid and not really find it that fast. So, but easily enough, after you get through the outskirt or the main center of town, where most of the buildings are like taller, you get to where you're like, okay, yeah, right there through over one of the rooftops, you can see that there's some smoke coming up, some blackened smoke, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's got to be the forge. So you head over and you find Kate. She's currently actually lounging. She's just in a simple tunic, sitting by the forge, got her feet kicked up. She's got what looks to be a book, and she's as you guys walk in, she looks like she's reading something, but you notice Boot immediately that she's not reading, she's actually concentrating, and her eyes are like flickering in this blue, like electricity almost.
On the book?
Yeah.
Does the book seem magic? Like, can I tell if the
Make-
book is...
Make
Okay.
an Arcana check.
Natural 20, 27.
Damn, you guys with the nat
Look at
20s
these
today.
fire
I've
rolls
rolled-
here.
I've rolled
Holy
2
shit.
today too. I've rolled 2 nat 20s. 27. Okay. As soon as you walk in and you see her, you're like, "Yep." Like totally. I mean, immediately, like, yeah, that book is magical. Like that is her spell book.
Oh, it's her spell book. Oh, okay.
You know she's a wizard.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure that she had her own spell book.
She has her own spell
Expensive.
book. It's very very lavish looking. It has a burgundy leather bound cover to it. The pages are very white and brand new, almost looking. The outside of it has like gunmetal corners with inlays. It looks like she did some custom work to it herself. And as she sits there, you can see one of the pages flip on its own into a new one.
I'll go over and tap her.
Okay, you go over and tap her.
Kate,
Shuts the book, puts it away up underneath on like a belt pouch that she has like a harness for it. She said, gets up, Welcome. Do you
You'll have
like?
to let,
Wait,
have
is
to
she
let me
naked?
read that someday.
No, she's in a tunic. She's like, welcome. Do you like it?
Cozy.
We work
You'll have
all
to let me
morning.
read that book someday, though. Looks a little interesting.
Shut up,
to
Mara.
read.
What, my book?
Yeah.
Boot, you touch my book and I'll kill you.
I said just to read.
No.
You can see my book if you want.
I'm good.
Okay. Could learn new spells, maybe.
No,
I
I'm
actually,
Show-
I
I'll
pull
show
out
you yours
the,
if you show me mine.
I
Or
pull
I'll
out the
show-
scroll on my side and I just, like open it. Maybe learn this spell.
She like looks it over and she's like, Boot, I can't learn those. Those are temporary.
Can you not just learn the words from it? No?
Nope.
Damn.
They're temporary. You can't just take it from it.
They're actually different words on scrolls than they are on bound pages.
But the
'cause
ones that
temporary
he-
spells.
Yeah, the one that he takes from the scroll rack cannot be learned because they're temporary spells. They're dailies. They're not able to be copied.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. She
Well,
says,
now I know.
now you know.
And now you know.
Precisely.
Information exchange here.
I did send you. Did I send you the correct information on the songbook? Right. I told you that, right?
You never updated me on it.
Oh, you don't
just-
take a level of exhaustion after using it.
You told me that
You only take you only take a level of exhaustion, and I looked back over and I was like, man, I'm fucking stupid, and I apologize for this. You only take a level of exhaustion for one round after using it, after
Okay.
completing after dispensing all of the spells in it.
Oh, okay.
And I was being stupid. I was like, that can't be right. And I looked back over. I was like, fuck, that ruined everything. So if that helps you wanting to use it, that's up to you. But
Still can't.
I know. Well, you could.
I mean,
it's a lot of spells.
I
That's a
could
lot of
now.
spells. Anyway,
I mean, I couldn't get full use out of it yet. So
anyway,
Yeah.
she says, "What can I help you guys with? What's going on? Are we supposed to be heading out or?"
yeah. Sorry. I'll ask you later. Yeah. I'm afraid if you stay, they're gonna come and they're gonna come murder you in your sleep. So we have to go.
Oh, okay. I'll be ready in a few minutes. I just need to pack up some things and grab the pillows out of the forge. Make sure it doesn't burn the place down. Is everything okay, Mara?
Is anything ever okay with us?
I mean, yeah, that's got a good point.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, long story short, Lance was accused of something that I don't think he did. Draven's basically bargaining for his life right now, and I'm trying to get everybody at his request in the same area so that we don't get separated and we can possibly try to get Lance out of the situation he's in, whether that's by force or by manipulation or by trying to talk some sense into these motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
Mara, I think he did do it. Maybe not under his own free will. Maybe whatever fiend has been troubling him took control of him. But
I mean, I can see that as a possibility, but I'm with what we've seen from him, I'm more inclined to believe that he is. They're
his
mistaken.
mind may be innocent, but maybe it was his body though.
That makes sense.
Did it? Yeah. Nonetheless, we've all killed people. Nothing to cry over. I turned to Kate as I said that, just see if she killed people.
With your inhuman black eyes judging
Yeah.
her.
Just, has she killed people? Has she ever killed anyone while we've been with her?
Nope.
Beast or monster or anything?
Nope.
No.
She wasn't even able to attack anything. She was so weak.
Well, we'll teach you. Just hear Draven screaming, "Fuck you!"
Real quick, at this point in time, I am going to go use the bathroom, so we'll take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
and then we'll come back and continue, and I'll get it going. Okay. So we're back.
I could get full use out of the book now, so maybe I will take it. Now that I can do a 4th level.
Draven, you are with Lance, by the way, still. So if you guys want to have an interaction right now, you totally can. I'm not going to tell you can't.
Am I in the same room that I got knocked out in before you leave?
No.
No,
No, okay.
you're with me in the place where somebody got murdered, and they're blaming you for it. And that's what I was trying to. That's when I grabbed your wrist and pointed at the bed.
So I look at the bed and it's like, he's covered in blood or what?
You see a blood pool and a hole made from your pack blade.
My pack blade.
Yeah, like a burned-in, singed hole that went like straight up through the bed.
Well, I have my Darkassen's bow isn't, or Darkassen's blade isn't long enough to penetrate through the bed. I don't think. It's just, they're just spikes at the end of the bow. I mean, do I still have my stuff on me? Fuck, I think Kay left already.
You didn't
What's
get
that?
your
I was gonna show you my blade and see if we could like go to the bottom of the bed and I could show you.
They didn't take your gear that I know of.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Because he is actually letting us go at this point.
Oh, and who had me here? Was
The other
driver?
driver. Yes. Well, the entire town had you bound up, and we bargained, and I talked to him enough to where he would show me the scene of the crime, and that's where we're at, is the scene of the crime right now, where his wife was murdered in bed, and there's a hole in here that looks like it came from your weapon.
Well, last night when we were in the inn, I was talking to Draven and I told him my name, and he seemed almost troubled by my name, and said there was another person named Draven that passed through here quite a while ago. And then he asked his friend, the one that I followed, if he remembered what the other Draven had looked like. And upon hearing this, he immediately left. So I decided to follow him. I followed him out of town a short while until we came to his footprints disappeared. And I uncovered the this hidden hatch that was actually freshly covered by snow. The hatch was built in such a way that it would actually shovel snow back on top of itself once it was closed. So I went down in there and I heard
That's where they said that guy lived.
Okay, well, and then I followed the path inside this tunnel till I heard voices. I heard them talking about a prophecy about someone named Lance. So I honestly thought they were nice people, and they were talking about how I was destined to do something or other.
Yeah,
I
a year
just
and a
wanted-
half ago, you supposedly came here and murdered his wife.
A year and a half ago, I was in a totally different.
That's what we figured,
Continent.
and we wanted to give you a chance here, but you got to admit there's something going on here, and I point at the hole again. If it's not you, there's something else here that looks like you. It has your face. It has your horns. They took off your hood and pointed out that's what you look like when you did it.
Sorry to butt in, but your Darkassin you got with us. They're talking about the blade you had before, the one you had like back in the Underdark. Your like original weapon, your rune bonded one.
The one that you can call to.
Yeah. The one you can call to you.
Well, my rune bonded weapon is only one item at a time, and I can't bind myself to my spell blade. That's
Well,
a-
what Roman described it as, it was your bonded blade, and there's a pierced hole through the bed.
Yeah, your old one,
That's
like
all
the
the
one that you
info we
had
got.
back in like the Citadel under. You remember like the holy Sarenrae place, one that you like
Yeah, but
left
that
out on
was-
the front step.
It was a blade that I can conjure. It's a spell. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
bomb.
that's what we're talking about.
That's their point, yeah.
Yeah.
That who else could do it, but I was like, there are other creatures out there, and there's a demon that's been fucking with you from what you said. So it's all a possibility of a setup here. So we're trying to get to the bottom of it, and I promised Draven we'd figure it out because I still believe you're not guilty of this. But it's
Okay.
damning evidence. This is something that you could go down for because somebody went through the trouble of making sure that it looked like you. I mean, it wore your face. And this was a year and a half ago.
I'm still just looking through my spells. I don't have that spell anymore. I changed it.
Well, that's okay. They're still going to say that, you had it before.
Yeah.
And this is damning. I mean, any warlock of this fiend nature could do the same thing, is what I know, because of religion and clerics and paladins. They all have their pacts and stuff like that, but yours just happens to be with a demon, and you had a demon after you. So I was kind of thinking that that demon was trying to fuck you up here and torment
Well,
you in some way.
I've made 2 packs. One was with a demon, and the other was with a devil. The one that I'm currently in with right now is a
Well,
devil.
I don't think you told me that yet.
That's basically. I'm just basically just like not gonna like hide anything. I'm gonna literally just tell you exactly how it is. My my family and I, when I was growing up, we lived happy lives, normal lives. I had a family, 2 children. Everything was fine. I did just well enough to get along. But as my children grew older, I wanted them to be able to have more in life. I wanted them to be able to do things. So I, unknowingly to me, I made a deal with a demon to gain wealth and power and status. On the year of my eldest born's 8th birthday, this demon came, and the debt, unknowns to me, was their lives. So he took all of them from me. I was
Okay, so
left.
that's the one you're hunting,
That is the one I'm hunting.
or it's
Now, in
hunting
order,
you, vice versa, whatever.
now I was just a common man at that point. I didn't have any type of special skills or abilities. I could barely use a sword. So this time, I knowingly went after I sought after the help of a demon. Maybe someone that didn't, maybe like the other one, and I eventually found someone. I can't remember the demon's or the devil's name, but he's like a lord of hell or some shit, some crazy freaking guy Kay told me about. Uh, Now that I am in allegiance with him, he doesn't use anything from me. The only thing that I've promised him in return for when I've completed this mission of mine is my soul. Although he doesn't seem to really want it. I don't know. He's a very peculiar demon or devil.
Maybe it's an exchange. Maybe he gets power through your power, like
No,
you giving him existence in this realm.
no, he could easily do that on his own accord. He seeks something else. I can tell you right now that this was not me.
I don't doubt it, but somebody's wearing your face. Somebody's making it look like you, and we got to figure out who, and fast. But we got to get to the hold, and maybe the answers are there.
Well, I'd like to find the 2 that trapped me last night down in that hole. Would you like to go back there with me?
I don't think that's a good plan right now because the whole town's looking for you, and we're basically saying you escaped again to be able to get up to the hold. We're gonna have to figure this out on our own without the town and without being able to question people or things like that. We're gonna have to find out other ways.
Is there any windows around me?
Yeah, there's big ass window he opened.
Is it day or nighttime?
Daytime.
Sorry about that.
It's the morning after.
Do you have any questions for me, Lance?
No.
Okay.
Someone's gone through an elaborate set of expenses here just based upon my name.
Oh, Roman, go over the hole in the bed. What was it caused by, and what did it look like for him?
It was caused by Lance, you notice it immediately. It's caused by the same blade that you're able to summon.
I can't remember what that blade was.
It's the shadow blade thing. Remember? You were able to use it before? It's the one where you can conjure it.
Yeah, but I don't have that ability anymore.
No, you don't have it anymore. It changed, but you were able to use it at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it cauterizes the same type. It's like a shadow cauterized hole in this bed, and it's
a shadow
identical.
flame. It's a shadow flame blade.
Yeah, it's an identical wound in the bed.
Something went through a lot of trouble to
Yeah.
do this.
It's an identical wound to what you've used before.
Would I know exactly if they were to have to be a wizard or an eldritch caster to be able to use this specific ability?
You know that it only is summoned from one place, and that's the abyss. That's what you know. Who can use it? You're not 100%. You don't have that kind of knowledge base, but you know that it only is summoned from one place, and that's the abyss or the nine hells.
You think
So-
maybe that first one's trying to fuck with you to stop you from finding it?
As far as I know, I've severed all ties with him.
I mean, a 1.5 year old trap, just falling into it so quickly and easily is ridiculous. That's takes some real planning. And how would anything know that you would ever end up here? It's amazing. It's gotta be something like a demon doing this, because this is very either really stupid or insanely smart. Because this has been laid for a 1.5 years with your face, with your magics. A 1.5 years ago, someone was murdered, and now you're here.
And now another person is murdered.
Wait, what?
Isn't that right? Well, has this body been here a year?
No, there's no body. That's where the it's just the blood stain in the hole in the bed.
Hmm.
The house looks like it hasn't been touched since the body was removed, though. Like they draped it all up and covered everything, and there's dust everywhere.
Peculiar they would leave a crime scene for a 1.5 years to find someone to fit it.
They have no law. The law is just a democracy of the people now. No barons, no kings, no keepers, nothing. So it's just the people's law, and a lot of people remember your face, not just him. It was like half the town saw you at some point without your hood. And you're not one to run around without a hood on. So somebody made sure your face was seen by many people.
So someone was running around town with their hood off that looked like me. So that definitely was not me, Draven. I can tell you that.
That's what I was thinking. None of this fit what we knew of you at the time. So unless you completely changed, we just had to defend you at the point to where at least you could speak to us. And it happened to be very good. He's letting us run off to the hold together. We just got to wait for the rest of them to get here, and we're headed out to the hold. And I think the answers might lie there. Some old pervasive demon might have hold of that place, and that's why all these people are dying, and maybe it has some tie to your
I
life.
do still have the shadow blade. There it is. I found it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I knew you still had something along. I knew it
So,
was in there.
I'm gonna conjure the shadow blade, and
Yes.
I'm gonna try and like peek it through the hole to see if I can like use some forensics here. Like, is the
Can
blade?
you recreate it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can recreate the actual stab wound. I'm gonna get underneath the bed. First, I'm gonna crawl on my back and get underneath the bed and see. Is that where the puncture came from? Is from underneath it or okay? 'Cause-
Above.
Okay, so I'm gonna just stab right in next to it and see if
Okay.
it matches.
You watch him, and and this blade appears in his hands, wisping shadows and everything, and it's almost like it's transparent, but not. It's very confusing. And he turns it over and slowly pushes it down, and then lifts it back out. And as you guys look, it is identical. 100%, no lie.
Was that loud when he told it?
whatever? There was a noise, but not loud. No.
I don't think that
It
would
was like
wake me up.
it was like
if I was
it was like
sleeping.
it was like wind, almost like a little breeze,
Okay.
like a wisp of wind. But
Well, as far as
And-
I can tell, someone either controlled my body or can use the same spell.
That's where I was at in my thinking before you even woke up.
great minds think alike.
That's the exact same thing I told Mara. We're all on the same page in different areas.
I can tell you, it's not the one that I've made a pact with currently. It would almost seem beneath him. He, this is
Right,
all
there wouldn't
game
be
to
much
him.
benefit with the one that you're with, but no, the guy who killed your family, I think there's a lot of benefit for him. Because if he's afraid of you in any form, this would be one of the greatest ways to try to hamper you before you even get to him.
The
I mean,
last
this is
time
something I would do if I was conniving.
the last time I seen him, I told him that I would kill him, but that was when I was but a mere peasant. He probably
I'm
doesn't fear me at all.
demons and devils have small circles, so maybe word got around that you packed it up with another one. Maybe he even made threats. Maybe
It's a
that's what he
possibility.
wants from you is to destroy this other demon and take his power. Maybe that's why he's not interested in your soul. These guys have eons of planning to do. They don't have lives like us. We have fleeting lives. We don't think of these things, but they can set 100-year-old traps and be satisfied with it.
Yeah, true enough.
Maybe he wants you to maneuver his power, and that's why he's not asking for things from you, but giving you lots of gifts
No,
because you're really doing what he wants.
I've given him something that is of monetary gain to him, and things such as this are a trifle to him. My life is a game. He likes to amuse himself with watching.
Now imagine if he could use you as a pawn to hurt somebody that was way more important.
I don't think anyone in this small town is of the caliber you're talking about.
Oh, no, I'm talking about two demons and devils bickering between themselves and using this town as their little chessboard.
That could be true as well. Can I sense any fiends around me? 120 feet.
You cannot.
So
Well,
either you
this-
got a doppelganger or something took control of you. And I think the doppelgangers are more, because you were in a whole nother land a year and a half ago, right? Where were you?
A year and a half ago, I was in another continent. Me and Kay haven't really discussed names or anything, but I would tell you that it's it's just like a large continent with one kingdom, essentially. It's a very large kingdom that is never under siege. It's just huge.
You were you were in the kingdom known well, okay, it is north by northwest from here. You was mentioned one time before with a, which I think you were there for, but it is under the it's under the rulership of a man named Erdon the Mad at the moment. He's a king of the land. That's what you know. That's what you remember. You have fleeting memories of your past. You don't have full memories. That's what makes it hard for you. Is that they come and go. So you don't have. You remember your family very vividly. You remember them. You
And
remember
I
what
remember
happened.
like the place I lived and like everything around
Yeah,
that, but
but you don't remember
the inner
much of
workings
the
of
society. You don't
yeah.
remember the government. You know the king was Erdon the Mad. You know that he the force behind his rule was the Rothlo legions.
I remember he was a kind king. Like
No, he was not a kind of
really,
king.
the kingdom that I lived in, even when I was a peasant, was like the peasants were able to like eat healthily and stuff. It
Oh,
was a very
I mean,
weird.
you might have flourished. The land might have flourished, but
Yeah.
his rule was not kind. He was not a very nice individual. That's all I can say.
I never had a problem with him. I did work, and he was good enough to give me bread and water.
He XD.
So we've determined you were in another land at this time, so it has to be some kind of doppelganger. Something with a reason to lay a year and a half old trap on you. And I think it would be probably the creature that originally laid that terrible trap for you. I mean, how many years did you flourish before he took it all away? Eight years?
From the time my firstborn was 3 to the time he was 8. 5.
So 5 years he waited. That's a 5-year trap. What's a year and a half?
That's true enough. But this doppelganger, if it is a doppelganger, he would have to have fiendish powers. In order
And
to
what
conjure this
better than
blade,
a demon or a devil to do it? I mean, he could have used a lesser demon or devil or somebody else that he had power over, and one potion of, polymorph or trans. What Boot does. One of those.
The only means of direct communication with my master is through the little winged devil we have around us, which I don't know where he is. I can't sense him. He may
Fucking
just be out looking
crossroad
for me.
demons.
Or
Can
getting
you
drunk.
get rid of him?
No. He still
banish
flaps
him.
about. If I banish him right now, he won't remember the last 24 hours.
Ah, fair enough.
I have to wait at least 48 before I resummon him. And I would most likely like to know what happened last night. I guarantee he would have been able to see someone looking like me running around the streets.
Well, no, there was nobody like you running around the streets last night. It was just you, and you got caught, and they had already pieced together that you were the guy that was here before. That's what they were talking about. And when you stumbled into that home, you hit a glyph or something, and they were able to get you captured, and then you got away with your powers. You got out of the ropes, and they had to knock you out and tie you up again.
And when I walked into that room, there was 3 glyphs of warding.
So they
Hey.
might have been planning for this.
I think they were like at 5th level. Hell yeah.
Joke's on you, Troy. It's me all along.
But yeah, it's weird. Even this town seems like it was prepared for your return, which is so freaking weird.
Maybe our friend Boot would be so kind to give me this land when he becomes the Baron.
I don't know.
we-
Boot sounds like he wants to wipe it off the map.
Anyway,
You didn't hear that conversation. You weren't there.
You did that when we first got here.
Oh, well, yeah.
you did say that when we first got
Oh,
here.
yeah, you
were
said
You
drunk.
didn't
okay.
insight
This-
check it.
this
You
whole
were drunk
place
as
is
fuck.
this whole place is yours. You own it all in your head. Like you're just like the king. We're just like
Anyways, continuing on.
Well, we're just waiting for them to get there having conversation.
Did
I'd
you,
like to get out of. I'd like to leave this place, Draven. We can.
But we
leave
gotta
whenever
wait for
we
the
like.
rest, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
They know to
But-
come here.
By this time,
Yeah,
Boot,
Mara's getting.
Kate would have gotten her stuff together. She's packed up. She shut the forge down, letting it cool.
did you see my
she's-
message?
I did not. Oh,
It's just because I reset my spells at every level.
oh yeah, no, yep.
I-
That's retcon.
I already did it, but yeah, okay.
Yep, that retcon. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's on me, so I'll let that fall on my shoulders.
What
so-
happened?
The songbook, I misread it and I sent it to him wrong. It instead of him having a point of exhaustion after he
Oh,
uses the
yeah,
last
I
spell out of the
remember.
book, he instead only has point of exhaustion for 1 round after he uses the
Yeah,
last spell.
I heard
And
that.
I was like, man, that doesn't seem right. And I look back and I was like, fuck, yeah, you're
Didn't it-
right. And
Didn't it screw him when we were in the Underdark too? at
it's
one
yeah,
point?
and that's
Yeah,
why
but-
I felt bad. But it's a powerful book, and nonetheless, it's really strong because it does give him access to a lot more spells. But I felt bad because I felt bad.
It just has a weakness in between levels as well, because in between levels you can't do both spells because you don't know a 4th and a 5th. You know a 5th and a 6th.
Right.
So
So it's good for like spamming lower level spells.
every other level you can do its max.
Yep.
Or not
I
every
spaced
other,
it out
every,
for
like,
that.
3 levels.
I spaced it out for that reason.
Yeah.
So you couldn't always have it.
Okay, but with that, I'm gonna drop the attunement on Cape of the Mountain Bake and take Dimension Door as one of the spells, because then I can just
Okay.
put Dimension Door in the book.
Yeah. So you don't have the Cape of the Mountain Bank, so that's available for attunement.
He said
Yeah.
Cape of the Mountain Bake.
The Mountain Bake. Yeah, the Mountain Bake, man.
Yeah, bruh. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
New festival.
Okay. So
Yeah,
are you guys
yeah.
leaving the manor? The constable's manor? Yes, no? Yes, Draven?
No, we're waiting for them to get to the constable's manor. Mara's-
They are not meeting you at the constable's manor.
Mara said. that she
Oh,
would,
wait. Mara said she was
I thought
running
we were
back.
meeting.
specifically.
Right. Okay. So by now, Boot and Kate, Arcadia and Thomas, Caduceus and Mara are now they're now entering the manor, and you guys are. You hear them coming downstairs. The door shuts. Troy, the continent's name that you're looking for is Eseth. Is the continent's name?
Eseth.
Esath.
Hmm.
I gotta take a minute for this to fucking open. There we go. And it's
Esath.
Yep.
And you are from the region of Strixum, Strixum, which is on the west side of the
Ixtra?
mountain. Strixum, Strixum. Strixum. That's the western side of the continent on the west side of the mountains. It's farming, agricultural land. It's where a lot of the agriculture comes from. On the east side of the continent is more like an arid area. There's not a lot of agriculture there.
Yeah, I got it all.
Okay, cool.
It just took me a second to open
Yep.
up Notepad.
Okay,
I'm getting rid of bestow curse.
Mara, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys now all are together again. You hear Lance Draven. You guys hear the rest of your party coming down the stairs, and they're waiting.
So everyone's there. Boot. Everybody.
Everybody, the whole party is gathered. The companions have.
So
been
we
reunited.
determined he wasn't here.
So
What?
We determined he wasn't here. He was in another
Hey.
land a year and a half
So
ago.
he's innocent, like I said.
Lance, did you
I would
kill
look
the
straight to you guys. I would look straight at all of you guys and say, I can guarantee I didn't do this, especially
Insight
of my
check.
own volition. And I doubt very seriously the devil that I in a pact with didn't do this to me as well.
insight check?
Go ahead.
I'm
13.
like not hiding either. I'm
He's
just like I'm
he's
looking
being
straight him in the eye.
okay. He's being open and honest, as he's saying.
Still want to charm you.
Somebody's breathing in their mic. Thank you.
Whoever did this has set an elaborate ruse,
And they
No.
can use stuff like you, Boot.
and they can also use things like me. They have a way to summon a blade from the abyss, as can I.
And wear other people's faces.
So we're dealing with something of great power. Although being accused of killing someone's wife is very irksome to me. So if we could find the person that's done this to me and kill them very fast, that would be most appreciated.
I'm thinking it's tied to the keep. I mean, what else? Something likes to play tricks and draw people there, I think.
I'd like to find out where Draven's friend went.
Keep talking, be right back.
Who win? What friend?
The guy that I followed down into the hole.
Oh, they all came to town with you.
I don't know if that dude that they were talking about came too, because he said he lived there, but like he didn't like gesture to anyone.
Yeah, he said Art lived there.
Yeah, I feel like he would have said he lives there, and like if the guy was there. So
Well, we can't take time and stay around the village for fear that they'll find you again and then all hell break loose. We need to do the keep first and then return and deal with it.
They almost. Is Art with us?
I can tell you right now, my main priority is finding that man. As he is at the center of all this. He spoke of a prophecy before catching me off guard.
I don't know how we'd be able to find him without being seen.
I was working on something right now.
Of course you are, Boot.
As I'm rethinking my spell list. Just thinking about taking invisibility and clairvoyance instead.
Oh, did we still have a vial of invisibility?
Nope. Shadrach used that in the Underdark.
Oh, motherfucker.
He used it to get you guys out.
I know, but still, there's still feels.
There's
I can
a
go
chance
invisible.
I might be able to talk to Draven if we all get out of town. Maybe I can go to the tavern and talk to him personally.
I can go invisible, but only for a minute.
I don't think that'd be enough time to restrain a man and drag him out of a town. But if I can ask Draven to arrange a meeting, maybe.
Well, I wouldn't need to drag him out. I would just bamf him out.
As far as I can tell, Draven and this man are good friends.
I don't think Draven really has too many friends anymore. He looks like he's been helping the town, but he's been keeping himself well drunk and sedated most of the time from his pain. And I don't think he's in on it because he's the victim. I believe that if I tell him that art may have something to do with this, he would be willing to hear this out. Especially if he even thinks there might be somebody here that would betray him. At least then we have the inkling of the thought stirring around. But I don't think the whole group running around after your escape, because he said that you basically escaped again. So the town is going to be looking for you, Lance.
But Draven did help me escape. Just
Yes, he
now
did.
With you.
Yes.
Hmm.
Draven is actually on our side, even though he is the one that had the murder done to his wife. He's willing to let us prove our innocence.
He's a great man indeed.
Yeah, he didn't slit your throat when he had the chance, so that tells you a lot.
If I had even the slightest chance to slit the throat of someone that killed my wife, I would immediately.
So there was some kind of doubt in his mind that you might not have been the person, or that maybe if he did this, it would stain him. So we're lucky he's willing to hear this out.
I think you're looking at this wrong, Draven.
Why's that?
What does it look like if Lance leaves? What's the
Looks
story
like he's
that's
guilty.
Exactly. And what do they
Okay.
do if he's guilty?
Nothing. They can't get him.
No.
They're too damn afraid to go to the keep.
No,
Nice.
they said there was a democracy that was going to happen for a trial.
Right, but if he's not there to be tried by that democracy, we come back with proof, then they have no choice but to look at the proof. It gives us a chance.
But look at it in their or his the other Draven's eyes.
Yeah.
Constable. The
right
constable.
now, Constable Draven and everybody else would have voted him guilty at this point and killed him already. There's no need to put further blame on him.
I need to interrupt. By the way, Lance, you are in clothing, by the way. That's it.
Oh, they did take his shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, they took his shit off. But you're in clothing, so you don't have your armor, you don't have your backpack, you don't have anything on you.
Dude, you might be able to use that invisibility.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
should have mentioned that before. My bad. That falls on me.
more to the note, the constable, maybe he feared that 51% would say don't kill him, send him for prison, and maybe he didn't want that.
Well, he
Maybe
would have just
wanted-
slit his throat then, and nobody would have batted an eye.
Maybe he's part
I mean,
of
if
the
you
long
were afraid
con.
that the town wouldn't kill a man that you wanted to kill, and you had him tied up alone,
Yeah,
Boot would have already killed him.
but maybe he was. Yeah, I would have. Long time ago.
Mara had something she was trying to say to Lance. I was just wanted to make sure everybody got a word in. What did you want to say? You were trying to talk earlier. I just wanted to make sure I'm balancing everybody's talk. So what's up?
Lance,
Yes, Mara.
you were tied up and almost hung, basically. Could this have anything to do with that card you drew that had a noose on it?
I have no idea what that card does, Mara. As I look at
Damn!
Wow, I
I
didn't
am
think about that until now.
Thinking back, you felt if I remember
A s-
correctly.
A sense of impending doom.
You felt an sense of impending doom, like something bad was going to happen.
So the
But
same
that was
feeling
all
get
you.
when
That was
you
all
get
you
panic
felt.
attacks.
You didn't feel anything in the card.
I'm
just
gonna me
disappeared.
mug the shit out of Mara.
Insight check Mara.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm me mugging her because of the card catastrophe.
Hey,
And I still blame
I
her
didn't
for
make
it
him
all.
draw anything.
Insight
I just-
15. I mean,
I blame
are you
you.
trying to deceive them, Mara?
Huh.
Okay, then she's being honest.
I kill her anyways.
No, yeah, okay, good luck. Yeah, all of you, good luck.
So if that was some kind
She's
of
already down
fate-changing
33 hit
card-
Hey,
points.
he's trying to talk. He's trying to talk.
Oh, sorry.
What's up?
If that was some kind of fate changing card, then this could
Yeah.
be more elaborate of a trap than
That's a
It's
really
terrible.
good point, Mara.
You're welcome.
if it was the card, then it means you've done it.
Yeah, if it is the card, it means you actually did it.
You don't know that.
Well,
I will metagame right now. You guys don't know that. Like,
It-
there's meaning like.
I do know that.
No, hold on. Let me say this. He was with you guys when he drew that card. Okay, just
Okay.
think of that. He was with
And
you
I
guys.
was there when Boot drew the card and his entire fate was changed in a millisecond. I do know this.
But that
This
doesn't
is
mean
something that even if I don't know it's true, I'm assuming it's true as a
Okay.
character.
Oh, all right, that's arguable. Okay, yeah,
Because I've seen these
I'll believe
cards
I'll believe that.
totally
Yep.
change
No, that's-
reality.
All right, that's plausible. Yeah, you're right. That's
I mean,
totally
bad.
plausible. Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean,
I thi-
he's got a god now that I have to converse with on his back because of those cards. I know what they can do, and I hate them, and I hate everything about them being drawn.
why I say that he did it is because I think of it as a man pressing a red button that sends off a bomb. That man is the one that killed all those people because he pressed that button. So him drawing that card is essentially him guilty.
And Boot, with the discussions you've had with the Raven Queen, your deity, you know that the gods of fate and time, when they change something, when something happens, it is truth.
Yeah.
There is no lies to it. Whatever it is, that is the truth. Whether or not Lance was actually here a year and a half ago,
He was
don't know.
now.
but in their minds, in the minds of these people, he was there. Or that's what they think.
The past was rewritten.
Mhm.
Basically, like Draven would be looking at it like a storybook. There was a story that happened, and somebody went back with an eraser and put in a new line.
You can piece together that, and I'll give this to you. You guys piece together that whether or not Lance himself was here, whatever happened here, it points in his direction,
Yeah.
and there is no lie. All
Yeah, I'm
the
looking at
wheels
this
line up,
totally
all the
different now.
cog wheels line up, all the teeth line up perfectly.
Now, are we going to clear this keep or what?
Yeah. Let's.
Yes, it's the only thing that makes sense right now.
Question for you guys though. Would you guys like to know what's in the keep when we get a mile out from it, or would you like, when we get in there, I fear whatever attacks me?
I think a little bit of intel would be better.
Intel. It's not 100%, but
Neither
we
is
may
fear.
know what's in there before we go in.
Neither is
It's-
fear.
Yeah. it's-
Some things are immune to fear. Some things
some things have true
have-
sight.
advantage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And whatever's in there is going to be far scarier than us because it's killed everything.
Wouldn't that be great to know what scares the scary thing?
Intel.
That is the real question. Okay. Okay.
So at this point, I'm going to try to poke my head out the window and see who's around and if there's a clear shot out of town.
Make a perception check.
Okay. I got rid of Phantasmal Force for Clairvoyance.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay. You look around outside the window. You peek around. I'll say you look out multiple windows. You're on the first floor, and you can see around some alleyways and stuff between houses. And there's no tracks. There's no recent ones. The only ones that you can see are out the front door from the constables leaving tracks, his tracks from leaving, and from the rest of the party coming back. Doesn't look like
Well, it
anybody's
looks
around.
like he hasn't said anything yet, so he's giving us time. I
He-
think we should take the advantage.
Remember, he did tell you guys that Lance could escape.
Yeah.
So
Put up though, Lance.
Well, I'm just saying I didn't know if anybody might have spotted him yet, and he had to tell him the story, is what I mean. Like saying that he escaped, and now they're combing the alleyways for him, so it looks clear. So let's get the hell out while we can.
Oh, actually, well, he doesn't have any of his things. Any idea where they brought his things? I'll go grab 'em
they
real
had
quick.
them. They had them. They were carrying them in the tavern. They had them there.
So they
The
were
biggest-
at the tavern last we saw him.
Yeah.
The biggest mystery is why would we kill this woman? Why would anyone kill this woman? What do they have to gain from all this?
Well, that's the part that doesn't make sense. If it's because of the card, then it was just because of the card you drew, and it's just a damn you. And if it wasn't because of the card, then
At this point, Thomas speaks up and he says, "You have to think of it this way, Lance. If why was I chosen? We can't know. Why me out of anybody? Why me? The cards do as they do. The gods of fate and time. To question it, in my personal opinion, is to just boggle your mind to the point of madness. I've thought about it many long nights. I've sat up, just
imagine if you had an eternity and nothing to do. You could
With
throw
it.
a random thing out there like this. I think it was for amusement.
You made a good chess piece for a good chess game.
Eons of time just going on like normal, and then some willy-nilly person draws a card and can throw it all into tandem and give them something to do. I think probably for amusement.
The real question is, can they make you draw that card?
I doubt that's within their power. Or at least that would take the fun out of it.
Yeah, but it's the... They put it there
Well, I'm
for you.
telling you
Do
right
they
now,
lead
he
you to it
doesn't-
as well?
He doesn't find any type of happiness in controlling me. I'm a bit of fun for him. You're talking about a devil.
No, the god of fate. and
The
time.
gods of time and fate we were talking about.
Oh,
How they've got to be really bored.
Well, I'm
And this
done with this
deck is
keep.
probably
I'll go
the
take a
deck is
visit
their
to them.
way of throwing a party.
Mara, did you get the satchel?
Hmm?
Did you get the satchel?
No,
Really
you told me I couldn't. That was all the stuff that we could have got.
Okay.
So I couldn't have got that satchel of whatever.
What other ones did you get?
What do you mean, all the stuff we got?
What are the
yeah,
other things
icy
that you?
gauntlets and a
I-
bunch of-
They're not icy gauntlets, but okay.
Crystal ice.
I think
gauntlets?
I sent their ice crystal gloves. I sent you those
Yeah.
just now. What else did you get? The pink bead.
Uh-huh.
What else?
The dog pack tooth.
Okay, that you already have that.
Four of the. I think we have 4 of the potions.
Oh, the random
cure
potions.
things?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the journal, and the stone gloves. I think that's it.
I gotta
And
know, how much was the
chaos
journal?
axe, obviously. It's like 10 gold or something.
Well, I was like, I wonder if she spent like 1,000 gold on it. It's like a magical book. It's just Dodie in a book form.
It is actually kind of.
Yeah. Alright. Let's head back to the inn and see if your stuff is there. Actually, wait, I stayed after everyone left. What did they do with the stuff? Remember I stayed back in the inn when everyone left to go here.
Hang on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, the Axe of Chaos, the 4 cures, the crystallized gloves, dog pack tooth, journal, pink bead,
That's
stone
adorable.
gloves. Oh yeah, and the life sapphire. Lance got the life sapphire.
I already sent him that. Yet.
Yeah, I got all that stuff. I just
And
asked.
then
I just sent
yeah,
it to him.
Gundren's Rage and the Dagger of Opportunity.
Gondolin's
Ah,
Rage.
Rage.
The
I read that.
Rage. Gondolin's Rage is, man. I wish Boot was here for that. That you
Fuck
would have
yeah,
been
nuts.
fucking in. Yeah, you would have really liked that shopping little thing, dude.
Always
I
spends all my
can't
money.
wait till you get to meet Castor again, Boot. He's cool.
He's a beastmaster. I like him.
He's fucking awesome.
Honestly, I don't want to like fuck with that guy.
Gondolin's Rage is a cigar-shaped box that doesn't open. Did you get the Gondolin's Rage or the Guard?
I got the one that summons the guy.
That's Gondolin's Guard.
Oh, I thought you got the reusable one.
No, you
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
single use.
The other one, all it does is make noise.
Yeah. You throw it's a cigar-shaped box. You throw and it screams and it curses people around it. It's like fuck you, like you just start screaming. Yeah, which can be useful.
Weird.
Yep, but it if you shake it at all, it does that.
So it's
At
like
all.
that death screech beetle in
Yeah,
Constantine.
yeah. But it so like think of that in your backpack and you fall down like a tunnel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or you're trying to like
Mhm.
run.
You can't even run. You can't even
Nope.
run with it in. Like you have to like tiptoe. I don't even know how to.
There's
use
only
it.
one. There's only one place it would be able to go without being used and not be
Bag of
used.
holding.
A bag of
Oh,
holding.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Which we have.
But
Yep.
I asked about that when we got it, and you said that it would be it really depends on like how much the bag gets moved around and such because it's like
No,
another-
no. The bag of holding is a pocket dimension. That doesn't
Okay.
matter.
All
Yeah.
right.
No. That's the satchel of unmet needs. If the satchel of unmet needs
that's
is
the
thrown
one.
around, it will make noise, but not like heavily. But if you shake it, it will make noise. Yeah. Anyway, Boot. What were you saying? You were back behind.
Yeah, when because I stayed behind when they went to whatever
Yes.
manor house this is. What did they do with Lance's stuff when it was in the inn?
They left it there. With
It's just like on the ground.
no, Art stayed there, and he's with the gear. Not
Got it.
everybody left. Some of them left. Some of them didn't.
Okay.
But Art stayed behind.
Okay.
And you went with Mara though. You guys did go. You did leave. You went to Mara with
Well-
Kate.
Well, Morrow and Draven went with unconscious Lance.
Oh yeah, and then you met back up with Mara
Then I met with
and
Mara.
everybody. Now you're with them and everything. So
Yeah,
that all happened. Yeah, that was way before. So now
Yeah,
you
he
guys
just
are
wanted
all.
to know if he saw where Lance's stuff was put before he left.
Oh yeah. It's in the tavern. And the other individuals are still waiting for you guys.
Got it. I told them to get ready to go.
Okay. So are you guys heading out, or what's the plan?
Yeah, we're walking towards the hold, and I guess Boot's staying behind.
What's Lance doing?
No, I'm not staying behind. I'm going with you guys to the inn to get Lance's stuff.
No, we're not
What?
going to the inn. We can't take Lance to the inn.
Oh, then I'll head to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, we're. I thought you were getting it on your own, which you're
Got
not.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rest of you guys, I'm assuming, start filing out of town.
Yes, towards
Okay.
the hole.
All right. Are you doing this just walking, or are you stealthing?
As sneaky as possible.
All right, everybody, roll stealth checks.
I'm just walking. so I'm not with them.
You're going to be at. No, I'll allow it. That's fine. Okay. Boot, you return in the meantime to the 12th rope. Opening the door. Shut it behind you. You see sitting at the table with the other three is Art, and he kind of looks back behind you and looks at the other guys and says, and kind of mutters to them and then nods and then gets up, and you can see the gear that's left on the table.
Oh, cool. So
When
Draven
he
came by and
turns-
like told him.
He turns and starts walking by you, and as he walks by you, kind of glances at you and gives you like this kind of like 1,000-yard stare, and then keeps going.
Mara got an 18 on stealth.
Very nice. Walks out the door. Where did Arcadia go? Let's see here.
Thomas got a 19. Caduceus got a 6.
Funny thing, I actually was wanting to try this eventually, probably in the other campaign or something, but Matt Colville made a very good point. He said that sometimes maybe players shouldn't make their stealth checks and you should roll it for them so that they don't have any idea how stealthy they're being. I was like, oh, that's a good idea, because you don't know exactly what. You have no idea. I was like, no,
we
it's
don't know the DC for being stealthy in this area anyway, so.
exactly. But it's just different ways of doing it.
I hate it
when my
when
phone's
somebody
rolling.
steals your rolls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what my counter to that was like, that would,
Yeah, then it's like I'm not playing. I'm just watching you make a story.
But that's how it used to be
Exactly, yeah,
back.
you can't.
You know, that's how it used to be back in the day, right? The DM did all the rolling. Like back in AD&D.
That's why we all played homebrew
Mhm.
because we hated it.
Yeah, in AD&D, a lot of DMs would do all the rolling for the characters. They would just describe what they want to do.
I think when he talked about that, he meant like if the party says they're not gonna stealth, and they're just walking, you roll their stealth for them as just walking. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. I'm not reading this wrong. Clairvoyance, I can't place the sensor on a person. It has to be a location.
Post it.
Oop. I'm pretty sure it just has to be a location. I can't stick it on creature. Because it is a sensor, but I don't know.
By the way, for this specific spell, you will need I won't say it's a focus, but you'll need something worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay. I have a lot of stuff
Because
worth
this is a
100 gold
very
pieces.
specific, this is a very specific spell. So like a gem or something or whatnot, a trinket of some kind. But yeah, there are specific spells in the book that I do this for.
I think we have a crap ton of those jewels.
We never went over it specifically, but when I filled my the satchel with it, you said there's gold and gems in this box, and I just filled it, so I don't know exactly what was gems and what was gold. It just totaled to 7,000.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
Yeah.
we'll have to go over that at some point.
Yeah.
Familiar place you have visited before on obvious locations such as in a corner in a grove. The sensor remains in place for the durations, which is 10 minutes. And can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if it were in space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. Creature that can see the sensor, such as creature benefiting from seeing visibility to true sight, sees a luminous, entangleable orb about the size of your fist. You cannot place this on a person.
Okay.
This needs to be set down on something that doesn't move.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That would be cheap.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Because I was thinking like a pocket is a location, so like his pocket. But I was like, nah.
Yeah, I would say it would need to be
play on words.
Would need to be immobile.
Yeah. Now if he's dead, is he immobile? Because a building that moves. No, nevertheless. All right, I'm gonna grab all his stuff. If I can't carry it, I'm just gonna chuck it in the bag or my satchel if any of the stuff fits in it. And tell Darren, Volin, and Braun it's time to go. How'd you spell that other guy?
Volvin.
Volvlin.
Volvun. His name is Volvin Dust Spell. Is his name?
Okay, got it. Just mixed up the.
All right.
L and the V.
So
let's go, guys.
So you
Time
walk
to
in
conquer a
and
kingdom.
Art passes you, and you go over, and there are the gears on the table, and you see Darren kind of stand up. He stretches and. All right. Sits down his drink, slaps a couple silver pieces on the table. Says, "Now," looks at you. Says, best us collect the key. We'll talk outside." And he reaches over and grabs all of the items on the table. Each one of them kind of takes each different ones for just carrying purposes, and they start walking out.
That's fine. All right, we'll head to the outskirts, wherever they are. And do I know what house Draven lives? The constable lives in.
The manor,
Or,
yeah.
Let
Oh,
me
the
take
new
a-
one, the one there's now, yeah, the one he usually stays in now. He doesn't stay in the manor anymore. But yeah, his little tiny cottage that he has, yeah.
I'm gonna ask them to go around back real quick with me. All right, give me 10 minutes here, okay? And just watch guard, like go around the back of this inn, just in like an alleyway or something. And I'm gonna cast clairvoyance on his manor.
Okay, so you reach in and almost say you grab just a gem. You look through your bag and you're like, okay, this gem will work. It's going to be a sapphire, and it's probably worth a little more than 100 gold, but it's what you can find, and so you set it down in the back. What do you want to? Which one do you want to do?
I'm doing. I can switch between them. I'm just gonna do.
I know.
Sight first and see if he's in there.
Sight first. Just let me know when you switch. So where are you putting it exactly?
In his manor. I don't know the layout of it, so
Okay.
in-
Where so there's a first floor you walk in and there's like an atrium, and then you look to the left and there's like a kitchen area. In the back there's another dining area, and then immediately to the right of the front door is the stairs that go upstairs, and there's like 4 bedrooms upstairs.
he's not in any of those areas.
No, he
that I
doesn't
can
live
see?
there.
Oh, I asked where
That's
he
not
lived.
his. No, he has a little cottage that's like right by the tavern.
Oh, okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted to know where he
Okay.
lived.
Okay, well you go up to it and you can see that there's light coming out from the window, and if you peek in, you can see him. He's sitting on the bed with his like hands between his knees, and he's just looking down at the ground.
Oh, okay. I'll change that then. So I'll put the sensor in that cottage and hearing. Sorry,
Okay.
I was trying to get where he lives, not the murder house place.
The murder house.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a rave going on at Troy's.
I'm plugging in my camera and stuff.
Okay.
Soon.
As you guys or as you set it up in the windowsill there.
Yeah, wherever, just in there.
Okay, so you just set it on the windowsill and like kind of tuck it into the corner a little bit, and it you can, using the spell, you concentrate and you can see into the window a little bit. It's kind of foggy, but you can definitely see in.
What do I hear?
You don't hear anything. It's outside.
Oh, I can put the sensor a mile away, so I can put it like in the room. The range is a mile.
No. You can be a mile away.
Yeah,
You can't hear a mile away. Like, you can't hear things a mile away. You can be a mile away.
I can hear from the sensor. Like, I lose my sense of hearing where I am. It's like in Crit Roll where,
Frumpkin?
yeah,
And
essentially the same thing. Clairvoyance works like that. I lose my sight of my person and I gain the sight of the sensor. Or I lose my hearing and I gain the hearing of the sensor.
Okay. You can't put this outside of a wall and then hear in the room next to it. You can't do that.
He's
No,
saying it'd have to be inside of the room.
It has to be in the room for you to hear
Conversation.
what's going on in the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can I just put the sensor in that room? Like, can I put it in a wall all the way inside, like cast the spell? Like, it's not like I set the
I'm
gem
sorry.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Okay,
not like
so
the
you
gem
concentrate
is
and the gem fades away as the arcanic magic flows through you, and you look over and there's like a hearth with like a mantelpiece and everything, like a stone mantelpiece and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can now hear inside the room.
Okay.
And you can
Just
hear-
wait the whole 10 minutes and listen.
Okay, as you wait, you can hear him. He's just crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. He just sobs the whole time. Nothing else.
Huh, the whole 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can tell this individual is just distraught.
Okay.
Broken man.
A very broken man.
Fucking gods.
Feels broken, man.
All right, guys, let's go.
We're already gone.
No,
I'm talking to the other three.
All right, so for purposes of time, we'll say that you guys slowly make your way out of town to the northwest side, where there's a road that leads out to the north. Bring you back over to the map.
Lance got anything interesting in his items?
Huh?
He got anything interesting in his items that I've never seen besides his armor and his bow? Out of curiosity.
They're carrying them.
Yeah, I know, but they're on the table. Is there anything like there's a great sword made of gold in that?
No.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like crazy.
No, there was what was in his pack. There's their Darkassen's bow blade, and then there's his armor.
I
Okay.
have like literally 200 gold and that's it.
Yeah,
I was
he's-
just curious if you were
Yeah,
hoarding
he
like
and he has a very small backpack. He doesn't carry much.
something crazy. But yeah,
Nope.
okay, that's
Doesn't
my
carry a lot.
curiosity.
As you guys, Mara, Draven, Lance, you guys are waiting outside of town in the tree line. You see walking out through the snow is Boot, standing next to Darren with Volvin and Braun leading up the rear as they're walking in a line. They
Thought you were
come-
getting stuff. You brought back people.
I got the stuff. I needed people to carry it. Tiny guy.
we're supposed to be going with you anyway, yeah?
What?
Yeah, that's the plan. Oh,
What
come
plan?
on, tell me you didn't tell him, Mara.
What?
You didn't tell.
Something about a plan?
He doesn't know we're supposed to be going with you. Or you're supposed to be going with us, actually.
No, I told him.
No, you never told me. Ever. I wasn't in the bar
told
that
me.
night. I was out at the tavern. I mean, I was
sorry,
at the
Draven,
blacksmith's.
We're supposed to be going with these guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna help them out, and all of us are gonna split a 13% cut of whatever treasure we may find in there if we survive.
These big, strong men are here to protect us.
Yeah,
we're here to
take us
protect
on an
them.
adventure. I'm gritting my teeth internally.
Give Draven a little wink.
Draven, make an insight check.
Can I make an insight check on those individuals
Whoa,
to
camera,
see
please.
if they know about what I had done supposedly?
You
This
can't
murder?
insight that.
They're
There's
not
no
looking at
way.
me. They're not looking at me begrudgingly, like, oh.
You
that's
can
the
see if
guy.
they're looking at you, but you can't
And
you
they're
can't
not
tell
from
someone,
that town.
You can't tell someone's
Oh, okay.
thoughts like that. No, you can't. But
That
you can
little
do an
piece of
insight check.
info.
I just wanted to see an insight check to see if they were just like staring at me because
Oh yeah, go for it.
everyone in the town is like looking for me right now, right? I mean,
They're not looking for you necessarily. They just know that you've committed a murder.
so I have committed the murder.
Well, I'm not telling you
Bum,
you
bum,
have.
bum. That's what you just said.
You have,
Oh,
as
Jesus.
far as
Oh
the
my
evidence
God.
shows, committed a murder.
It was an
22.
18, by the way.
Darren doesn't seem to notice you. He saw you before. You can tell
They
this
told me
individual.
they told me to fuck off when I first talked to them. So
You can tell this individual has seen some stuff in his life enough that seeing somebody with horns growing out of their head and reddish skin doesn't really bother him. Before you interrupt me, Volvin does kind of give you like a once over, looking up and down, kind of one of those like untrusting stares. And then Braun doesn't even give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. But the moment passes, it doesn't last very long.
Okay.
Yep. By the way, Caleb's on his way. To come get Ashley.
yeah, I know.
What do you guys do from here?
Can I?
What I roll an insight check on.
Oh, I need to borrow you.
Hey Mara, can I have a piggyback ride? And by piggyback ride, I mean like
Wrong
I'm on your
person.
shoulder. I'm on your shoulders, and I put the book on your head, and I just kind of read. I can become an ape again, and kill things
Not
and
while
smash
you're on
things.
my shoulders.
Well, not when I'm on your shoulders, but I can do it again if I read the book, or write in the book. Oh,
Become
that
an ape.
stuff
I
you
thought
need
were
money
an ape
for?
right now.
out of curiosity, Mara,
What?
you need a boot grant or a loan for any of the stuff that was bought?
You don't have any of the stuff that was bought.
I know. I have a shit ton of money still, and I kind of want to.
Oh yeah, no, I may or may not have traded one of those balls of mithril ore for some of the stuff.
Wait, what? Wait, there's no way I would have let that mithril leave. There's no way I would have let any of that mithril leave.
Oh, but you
I
were
got
there.
plans for that shit. Oh, just forget it. You're dead. I'm killing everyone.
In my
Mara
defense-
is
in my
on the
defense,
list now.
I tried to buy you stuff while we were in there, but your character in RP
Rolled against it.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have
yeah.
bought. I think I
would've
would have
wanted
bought
some of that
stuff
stuff.
only if just to get rid of all this money. Like if that town had a bank or something, I was just gonna dump everything I had into this bank. Or like if there was like a abandoned house, dig a hole underneath it and just floorboards.
This guy was willing to barter stories for magical items. Like he has seen some shit, and you were there, so you already know this. But like his character, like when we seen the shadow cast by him, the shadow that was cast didn't look like his normal body shape. It was actually like a large snake. So he's essentially a Orochimaru. If you
Wait, my
watch
shadow's not the same as me either.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like this was like a snake form. You know what I
Oh.
mean?
A
Like
snake
yeah.
form?
yeah, it was a large snake. He was like a
Oh,
giant snake
is that
on
what you?
like yeah, we all seen that yesterday when we were in the shop in
I
his
don't
pocket.
know. No, because you had the highest perception. You rolled. I didn't see anything when I left. I think you were the only one that saw that.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
You've seen my shadow become an orc and a human, a different human, but I don't. I mean, maybe a snake person I could become, but
Yeah, but you never
it's pretty
just
cool.
changed your shadow.
Yeah, I can just change my shadow. Like the shadow trailing behind me isn't me. When I capture somebody's shadow when I kill them, I can change my shadow becomes their shadow.
Huh.
Yeah, it's cool. And then the shadow turns into disguise self essentially. If I use it. Yeah, it's cool. I don't think I can do a snake though, so whatever that guy is pretty damn cool.
And he's a large, pure white snake, as far as I could tell.
Let's kill him.
He had crazy, like, he had dreads, and then on the end of, like, some of his dreads, he had these, like, orbs.
I think he was the college professor that I came here for.
Yes, I believe he is.
He
the
is a
professor there.
college professor.
Yeah, when I originally wanted to come here, I was coming for a college, the College of Lore, and I
That
heard
would
there was a
make
good
sense.
one. So that's probably you.
Yeah, Professor Castor.
He probably has
Onmar.
a magnificent mansion, is where you guys were as well.
Yeah, he said it was his own little pocket dimension where he had all of his stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Let's go kill a pit fiend. It's gonna be good. That's what my bet is. What do you think's in there? What's the beast in the keep? I'm betting
a lot of
pit
things.
fiend. I had an idea of something else like a dragon, but now I'm guessing pit fiend based on this whole thing. You got any idea, Lance? What beast you think might be in there?
Well, it's got to be something that has a ridiculously long lifespan,
Pit fiend.
or a whole like society of things that are just breeding in this fucking keep without any real need for nourishment or anything. You know what I mean?
Pit fiend.
I knew you were gonna fucking say.
They'd spawn demons around them and shit. It's like, yeah.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
That's interesting, Fire.
Huh?
Someone in my chat commenting on our shadow talks. Oh, that's a long ass whisper for an insight check. Holy shit!
I know.
The fuck? Learning this
God, all
guy's
of the
history,
questions.
where he grew
Social
up.
security number.
You let me ride on your shoulders though, so I can read this book.
Yep.
Okay. I rip out a piece of paper and hand it down to you.
You guys turn him again to walk away after Lance gets done putting on all of his stuff, donning his armor, and you get your bow back, all your stuff. You guys
What
begin.
paper did you just hand me?
Sorry, she's giving me a piggyback right on her shoulders while I read the
Okay.
spell book, and I just handed her a piece of paper.
What was it?
It says something nice. It says,
Yeah?
they're all dead.
Oh, you could have whispered that to me. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. That's all. It just says those little words.
So you
Yeah, I
guys
was just wondering because you just popped in, like, started talking. So
slowly moving on. You guys begin to make your way towards Moirai Hold. The road winding along the tree line up towards what Darren has pointed out as the the bridge.
Hearing sirens in the background the whole way.
We've got fucking cool. No.
Oh,
He describes the bridge as the what is known as the Bronze Run. This leads directly from Faldur, which is the lake city of the dwarves there. That also runs from Ondmar itself as well. Or it splits from Valfardur, which is where the glacial runoff is, and then it runs in multiple different directions, north toward East Deepspire, north as well towards Ondmar, through the Shallow Fort, and then along to the south toward Timk.
What's the name of the bridge?
There's no name for it.
Oh, what name did you just give us?
Fire the
Bronze Run is the river.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
it's
want
called
to
the
interrupt
Bronze
that. I
Run.
wanted to hear that, but
He
the book that
leads
I'm
you guys
reading
along the
isn't
road.
same. The book is a bard spell book that I can input spells into. The piece of paper was just from my notebook that I wrote. They're all dead. I'm referring to the people that are hiring us. Yeah.
Okay, just real quick, and then we'll pick up from there. I believe probably Troy is dealing with Ashley leaving or something.
Sorry, I'm back. Caleb heard up.
Just was saying that. I was just about to say I was just going to refill my coffee real quick, and then we'll pick it up again.
Oh,
So
okay.
you guys use the bathroom real quick if you need to.
Okay.
Hey, Troy's back for the first time in like ever.
Hey.
And there's Doogie Butts.
Hey, it's a meow meow.
The Doogie Butts. All right, I'll be back.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
For the first time in forever, we have all cameras on.
I know. No, we don't. Roman's
It's a
gone.
doogie butt.
He's gonna crawl into my coat and live there. This is what
Smart
he does
cat.
every day. This is where he lives.
You know you love it. Oh, it's a comfy cat.
He has no idea this is a camera, otherwise he'd be pissed. Come on, get comfy. What are
Aw.
you doing?
It's your character, Akita. It's Scrap.
Oh, crap.
Not my character anymore.
You still always have a character.
No, I gave him away.
Gave him away. You
Gave
sold
your
him?
character away?
I
How
didn't
dare
sell
you
him.
sell people? That's my job. Alright,
Debating heating up pizza.
I should get something. As this is going to be a 12-hour session, I should get a little snack or something right now.
Right?
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
grab a
we're
little.
only almost 4 in.
Just tell me when he gets back. I can hear you.
Oh, I'm gonna be off my headset. I'm gonna heat up pizza. Just stare blankly at me, Mara.
He's just staring at you.
Yeah, he does that. Now he's sleeping. This is where he lives. Doogie's home. He wants me to zip my coat up. That's like his thing.
Already on it right now, or do I need to turn it? All the spray I use right now? Alright. I got it.
We only have, what, 9 hours of session left? We better get going.
I know, right? Hopefully we capture the hold in 12-hour period. I would hope. Oh, my camera moving all over the place. Please move.
Is it on a laptop top?
It's on my keyboard top.
Is it foldable to where you can set it on the top of it?
Yeah, it's folded. It's just like, I'll show you my area here. It's pretty fucked. Like this is the edge of my desk, and the keyboard, and this is behind the keyboard. My monitor is like directly right there. Like there is no more room behind it.
Can you set it
behind
on top of your monitor?
I could, but it would just like constantly fall and shit. It's not like it's old. This camera is old. Fuck. The grippy pad on the bottom of it is all fucked up.
You got a roll of tape?
Yeah, that should work.
I was gonna say if you set the roll of tape down and then set it in the roll of tape, it should keep it stabilized and on top.
And then if you have a hot glue gun, you can make your own little grippy pad on it.
I just recently purchased one of those because of how freaking awesome and useful they are.
Right?
I use hot glue for like everything. Constantly use that shit.
Fixed my cane with it too. Skull kept popping off.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's streaming.
I just lean over, like,
Had to go put some CLR on the shower head. Good old CLR, cleaning everything.
want to bite, Jackie?
No, I'm just gonna drink my water and be sad.
Okay.
Your camera died.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Go make a snack, Jackie. Or task
Okay.
the kids to do it.
Heathens
first
make
time I-
bagels.
First time I've seen Troy since the birthday. Yeah.
The birthday.
birthday.
All right.
Ashley's
let's do
birthday.
this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm also kind of killing some time.
Why?
No killing.
Just because. No kid, says the guy who wants to murder an entire
No,
town of
bad.
people. Okay.
Killing bad. All right.
Killing bad. Okay.
Did Ashley make it there yet?
No, they should be here any moment though. No. Is there anything you guys want to do on the way there? It's gonna take probably 4 days of hard travel to get through this place.
Yeah, I'm filling my book.
Anything you
I'm
guys want to do? Just real quick.
Does anybody want Dimension Door?
Talk
you
with
want-
Caduceus the whole time.
What do you want to talk
Um,
about?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, well, we go for it. We'll have a little bit of a quick chat.
Before we make it over there, I want you guys to know I'm not going to be of much help without my items.
You have them on.
Oh, I gave him back
You
to
got
you.
him
I
back.
gave everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
you-
I got 'em back?
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
don. You were probably the only kill, but yeah, I said you don your armor and stuff while they were talking while you guys met up and everything. So you have everything back. You're good to go.
I want you to fight with us with nothing. Let's see how well you do.
Prove your